at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. I've got an itch I can't scratch. I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me.
Yeah, how's it going, Nigel? Hope you're doing all right today, man. What the fuck? Man, I must have been on something this morning. Hold on. Is that there we go. Luminous Crisis? What the fuck is this? Hell yeah, man, that's the best thing to do. Just go on and chill the weekend, you know what I'm saying? And there hasn't really been anything good since the new year, huh? Kinda sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Who the hell even plays My Sims anymore? Like, that's so weird. Boom. This looks fun. What's this?
I suppose that's the one we're looking for.
Yes, this must be it.
Damn. How come it is that a stick game has more action? Why is it that a stick game has more action than most of the games that came out in 4 years? How is that? That's crazy. Remember, boys, you're the ones that's wrong, right? You're clearly crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Damn, that's sick.
Get ready, everyone. They're here.
Stick Infinite Kingdom. That's pretty cool. This looks kind of cool. What is this? Online only multiplayer slot?
For 12 years we battled. And today, we forge a
Yep.
new path to victory.
Online only multiplayer slot. Ain't nobody want to see that garbage. Nobody care about that shit, man. Oh, they releasing a new wrestling game? Oh, this looks good. What's this? Looks fun.
He's rude. He's controversial. CM Punk is in the building.
I can feel the copyright kicking off already. Tasty. I think that's everything on PlayStation. IGN, man, I hate IGN's new logo. It looks weird, man. I hate it. Okay, they just leave the logo alone. I think we're on this. Yeah, right here.
The whole world is a lie.
Oh, we
What?
saw this. We saw this. I remember the trees, and I remember saying that it looked like Elden Ring. We saw that.
Child of night, magic eyes, swirling round me there. Dreamy glide, slinky stride, tale that never ends. She's a black pussy. She's got a fish hooks in you. Black pussy. She's got a tail wrapped around.
What a game trailer, though. God dang, bro. What the fuck? Mugenics? What a game. What the fuck? What? Devil of the plate.
Never go out in the dark.
Ooh, don't tempt me with a good time.
In the dark.
What was that? Why is it walking like that, bro? What the fuck? The hell? Yo, what is this game? Oh! That actually looks like it might be kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. That looks kind of good. Oh man, we got some High on Life. Let's go!
Oh, I think I need a cigarette. That was so good.
So we're working at a disadvantage, in my opinion, right off the bat, where people are coming in with the expectation of, oh, this game's supposed to be funny. Make me laugh. Go ahead. There's a little bit of a combativeness that you're going to start with. We are working an uphill battle, but we're so good at it that you'll never know that.
Yes, yes. I'm the main character of the game.
It is really hard to maintain making, I guess, what I would consider a mature game that has really immature elements to it. The comedy, the writing, every aspect of the game has that 80% of familiarity so that people really notice that 20% that's weird and different. I torture the team by caring about, like, well, why does this thing do this? And why does this thing do that? Even though it's like goop or some weird little alien with butt cheeks, you know?
Yo, I would love to have that. That's sick. Just a straight up model of the actual, like, aliens.
Still has to make sense to me.
It has to be fun for us first. Who's your target audience is something we get asked a lot. For us, it's always just been, we're our own target audience.
It's time for more murdering.
See, that's how you know it's going to be a good game. When you got the developers. You got the developers talking about how they made the game for themselves. That's how you know it's going to be a good game, right there.
Nice, actually. It was nice change.
They're not catering to some weird-ass fucking minority audience. They're not catering to some sicko that wants to freaking cut off a child's wiener. It's an actual audience that will sit down and play the game. That's always a good sign.
You are at least lucky in the sense that if someone's laughing, something is working. I trust my gut more than anything else, where if something makes me laugh, I'm like, that's staying in.
That inherently in a first-person shooter is often funny, right? Like when you are going and you blow someone up and they go ragdolling across with a Wilhelm scream, like that's already comedy, right?
It's harder. It's harder to do. Like, it would be easier to make just a shooter. Like, the guns have to be funny. Like, a gun has to be funny. That's just ridiculous.
Wow, you really just did all of that without any instructions at all.
I would love to know the exact number of pages we wrote for this game, but my understanding is that it is in the ballpark of 10,000 pages.
Jesus!
And we're not sure if everything's gonna hit, and then we get the voiceover implemented into the game, and suddenly it's like night and day. You're like, oh my god, this is alive now. And that's a huge testament to our voice talent. They're unbelievable.
Oh, we don't need to read through all that. Just sign it. This is all that stands between me and a beautiful heavenly bloodbath.
It really comes down to the performance. Like, we're you know, Alec does an amazing job directing it, and then my job is really to make sure that that's all clear and coming through in the game. It's really capturing that performance and like allowing the
That's crazy. That's hilarious. Yeah, we're gonna cover the Epstein stuff today. That's gonna be number one. That's crazy. Does that really happen? It's just like what happened before with them being able to copy and paste the files or whatever into, what is it, like Adobe or something? And they were able to unencrypt some of them?
To do what they want and to get all that expression out.
High Life is the funniest game that I've played. I think my favorite part about the game process is seeing people's reactions at the end of the day. Our community is great. Our fans are great. They love seeing everything we do, and so I just love seeing them react to all the
We're probably going to end up playing this game on stream, if, you know, for sure.
little moments that we have.
I don't know when it comes out.
So that's probably what I'm most looking forward to.
One laugh per player would make me happy personally. I can't speak for the rest of the team. I think one laugh is better than most games will ever get. So, hey, I can live with that. 2, 3, 4 would be great. If you laugh the whole time you're playing, we're gold.
Amen. We get a date for this? When is this coming out?
Have you ever wondered how
No. Damn, them graphics look so much better. I've actually played this game. It's hard as shit. At first, it's not so bad, but then you gotta link all your, I don't know what the fuck they're called. They're called a certain name. You gotta link them all together so they all attack at the same time. It gets hard. Wanzer. You gotta make sure your Wanzers all connect to each other. Never beat that game. I've never beaten that game. I doubt that's ever going to change. The hell is this? Nuh-uh. No way it has. I don't believe it. No, I don't believe that. When did they delay Grand Theft Auto 6 till? No, it's just delayed till November 19th of this year. What you gonna do me like that for? That's fucked up. This looks crazy. What the hell is this? It's a horror game? This seems more like a damn. A lot of horror games coming out. What in the world? Look at all these horror games. What's up with that?
People here are losing their minds. They're saying they saw aliens and UFOs.
No! No, Henry!
And that an invasion is coming.
Damn, boy, this game look good. What? If this is indie, this looks cool.
If this is sound, take it as your only chance. Leave Grey Hill and never come back.
Come on, you piece of shit. Oh, this looks cool. Look at this atmosphere. Yep. Yo, how sick would it be if that was your character? Like, that's you. That'd be so sick. Oh, what the fuck? Bro, they dance and look at them dance.
Long ago, deep within this forest, there was a tale of a woman who could never forget the sky. Deep in the woods, in the home of a solitary woodcutter, traces of her still remained. People called the act of holding on love, but some bonds were never meant to let one fly. The day she could no longer look to the sky, she lost herself.
Oh, is this like a Souls-like? Bro didn't know when to block. Just like, spam it.
It was neither a curse nor a punishment. It was a story of someone who lost the sky. Even now, the forest remembers the woman who lost her wings.
Thank God that's over with. Man, that screaming is just so fucking annoying. Holy shit. Visual work. This looks like dog shit. I mean, it looks cool. Oh, look at that gun. You see that gun? That gun looks sick. Yo, it might be the year of the indie boys. Fuck up, bitch. Do I talk to you? Ew! It's a weird looking game. I ain't even gonna lie about it. I ain't even gonna lie about that, boy. What the hell? Oh!
2-1. Possible trespass at St. Mary's Hospital.
Copy that. On my way. Hello? This is the police.
You got a katana and whatnot?
Come on out.
That's weird, bro. What's you gonna do with a katana in this day and age? Everyone has guns now. Damn. Bro got.
If you were able to defeat the difficult Grinning Beast boss at the beginning of Look Outside,
Nobody play that. That's the demon triangle. Why does this look like
It's a first-person psychological horror game set inside a nightmare. As you progress, you begin to recover memories of your past by paying attention to your surroundings, reading notes, and listening.
This looks like Demonologist.
Carefully, you slowly piece together the truth of what happened. A core mechanic in the game is focus memory. By using it, you can reveal memories that are otherwise invisible. Interacting with these memories can uncover hidden areas. Focus memory can also be used to reveal hidden messages and clues, or to alter the environment, like unlocking doors, or locking doors in order to survive an encounter. Some doors are sealed, requiring you to search nearby spaces for hidden teddies and burn them to unseal the door. You will also find puzzles where the clues are part of the space around you. Nothing is handed to you, the clues are always there, but you have to notice them. The mare's behavior is unpredictable, creating tension through uncertainty. Survival depends on awareness, listening for sounds, managing resources, and making quick decisions.
Oh, that's awful, dude. Fuck that. Hell no.
The mare is intentionally challenging. You're expected to learn, adapt, and think carefully rather than rely on tutorials or markers. The game is divided into 3 chapters, each introducing new mechanics and tools while escalating the horror. If you enjoy psychological horror that rewards attention and patience,
Dude, what?
If you enjoy psychological horror,
Bro, I ever fucking in my basement and I see some shit like that, you could have the whole fucking house. The whole goddamn thing. I will gladly just take that deed and throw her right down the stairs. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. I'm out, boy.
that rewards attention and patience, Unseal the Mare is an experience built to stay with you.
Nope. Nintendo responds to dispatch. Whoa, what's this? Seal breaker. Hold on now, what's this? I don't care. Oh, hell. You know, every time I watch one of these trailers, a little part of me just dies inside. I guess. Hey guys, why don't you give us more money so that way we can remaster a whole bunch of maps and give it to you? Yeah? Is that totally what you want to spend your money on? Great. I'm happy that you agree. What a joke. Alright, we got some Bat is Squatch. I guess he went through the right portal. I guess we'll find out. Oh, these are bloopers. These are bloopers. They just learned how to fly, huh? Come on, Batman. Wait a minute, Batman. What are you doing here? Why are you
Where are we? This place is trippy. Can you imagine doing shrooms in this place?
Don't touch anything. Everything here wants to kill you. It's worse than Australia. Bats, I think I'm blind. Great. Now I have to learn the piano and develop a tragic backstory. Hostiles identified. Light 'em up.
Oh, that's harsh. Wait, what the fuck?
Oh man, I don't want to go swimming again.
Say cheese.
That's cursed. That's cursed.
Do we know you?
I'm the guy who keeps saving your...
How the fuck did that happen?
Do we know you?
I'm the guy who keeps saving your ass. Try to keep up.
Doc? Is that you? Ha.
Hey there, Squatch. Yup, it's me.
Whoa. You look different.
Well, I've seen some stuff. Follow me, I'll explain.
I wonder how many times they have to redo these scenes. Like, I know that they have the blooper videos now, but just imagine how many times they have to redo these scenes during production of these videos that you don't see.
I have to ask, I don't remember your hair being so red. You look like a troll doll.
I lived for a few years on planet Vermilia 9, researching nano-quantum fusion. The atmosphere is 90% paprika and the food is radioactive. Delicious, but it turns your follicles this lovely shade.
And the coat? You look like you rolled around in a dumpster behind a Taco Bell. Is that fashion from the multiverse?
It's not.
Yo, that squash was cursed. This just looks cursed.
A Taco Bell. Is that fashion from the multiverse?
It's not dirt, fuzzball. It's a homemade nanotech hollow emitter lab coat. Check this out.
Whoa.
Yeah, those were pretty cursed.
Now that's a skill I could use.
What the fuck? What happened to Batman? Why does it look like he's been through World War III? What the fuck happened to him, bro? And it's not even.
How did you end up here? We thought you got fried back in the 50s.
Ha! Takes more than a little lightning to put me down. After our encounter, I became obsessed with the portal gun technology, so I created my own.
When we first met you, you didn't have the equipment to fix the portal gun. What about now?
Now I could fix that Temu portal gun of yours with 2 eye patches on. But I need unobtainium, only found in that refinery.
Seems dangerous. Haven't...
What is this? Those dreads?
You seen those huge...
That actually looks kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie.
robots? They are more terrifying than that predator alien.
The Navi can take them.
He kind of looks like he looks unironically like a native. You know? Like a native.
That predator alien.
The Navi can take them. There's just one end boss that we need to take care of for them. We'll head out tomorrow. Now I need my beauty sleep.
I bet there were so like even the one I'm not trying to poop on the video they made at all, I swear. Even the video that I saw looked a little cursed. So I'd imagine that they had done so many cuts of this fight sequence. I bet they just got tired and chose the best one that they thought they had out of the bunch. I guarantee you this scene is probably what gave them so much trouble. Yeah, what the fuck?
It's got a shield. Disable it, and he's toast. Toast.
What was jacked up about that scene? Oh, did he get like shorter? Well, that's weird. Yeah, he got shorter.
Hasta la vista, bitches.
Yeah, that's out of context.
Jake!
Jake!
Why does that have 2 handles on it? Oh!
Fixed. Should be more stable now.
That looks like a gun from Fallout New Vegas. Oh.
Finally, we can get back home. I've got a lot of work to catch up on.
Yeah. Back to work. Not looking forward to that at all.
You know, Squatch, I've got room in the passenger seat. I could always use the muscle. The multiverse is a big place. Lots of buffets.
That was too tempting.
Oh, that's a delicious offer. Hey! Come on!
Wait, why the fuck does he have a tail?
Hey! Come on, bats! Shake a tail feather.
You trying to get us banned from Pandora too?
Bro, this is like some weird freeze mixed with like Batman. What the hell?
Whoa, Don't mind if I...
What the fuck is that? What happened to Batman? What the hell?
Don't mind if I do. All right. Check out
Man,
the
this should have just been called the cursed bloopers. Cursed.
This is how we party on Pandora. I still got it. I still got it. Whoop! 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 Yeah! Ha ha ha! Whoop!
Oh! Whoop! Aye! Wait!
Oh, he's got feet. He's actually got like toes. I wonder how many scenes had toes in it that we didn't even realize. I'm gonna have to start looking at Batman's toes whenever we watch these videos now. Bro, what are these leg muscles? What? Holy shit! Bro's got like a muscle on top of a muscle on top of a muscle. Bro, that's muscleception. Holy shit.
Time to go home. I bet Alfred.
Bro, it grew 3 handles. What? How many handles does this damn portal gun need?
See you around, detective. Yeah?
Bro, you know the person that made this was just like, God damn it! Why do they keep giving the damn gun handles? Stop it!
Squatch, my offer stands.
Wait! I forgot my fruit basket!
Bats? Doc? Who went where?
Which one do I take?
Damn. Check out Bat and Squatch. That was the bloopers from the video we saw last week. W Bat and Squatch. We gotta get our real life Pokemans in for today, right? Hold on, give me a second. Boom. All right. This is my favorite Pokemon other than Metagross. I love Salamence. Salamence is so cool.
Is a defiant challenge sent to the planet.
Oh, check out Susie Mod, Susie Mod. Hell yeah, Susie Mod on YouTube. Go check her out. Or him.
The evolutionary phase demands absolute patience inside a stone cocoon. Cellular mutation occurs intensely, shattering every known biological limit. Salamence awakens. The dreamer has become the sovereign of the skies.
Ever since I saw Salamence in that one Pokemon movie, dude, I just fell in love with that damn dragon. I don't know why. I think it's so cool looking.
Slice through the atmosphere. The arrival of a pseudo-legendary strikes terror into former aerial rulers.
That's a pseudo-legendary?
Dragonfire serves as a proclamation of its new status in the air. Flying is more than movement. It is a state of absolute liberation.
Look, it's a salamander dragon.
A confrontation between two pseudo-legendaries at the mountain's peak.
And when was the last time they had a Dragonite in the game? I don't even remember the last time I was able to get a Dragonite. Oh, damn, they fighting.
Physical collisions carry the 1,000-ton force of the Dragonkin.
Gotta get a Charizard in there, man.
Tension rises as dragon energy begins to overload in its veins.
Does it have an evolution?
In rage, Salamence loses all reason, becoming a vessel of pure destruction. A new power beckons, demanding the sacrifice of the last remaining sanity. Mega Evolution transforms the creature into a living machine of war.
I'm the only person that thinks that the Mega Evolutions are just fucking weird. They're so weird, man. Oh, there we go.
The blood-soaked crescent appears, tearing through all solid barriers.
That looks even crazier. It kind of looks like one of the alien ships from like Prometheus.
Terrifying speed transforms the wings into unstoppable blades of destruction.
That's crazy looking.
It flies until exhaustion, merely to savor the feeling of weightlessness. The rampage subsides, leaving a soul exhausted but profoundly fulfilled. Even in its dreams, it refuses to let go of the sky.
Rolling on a high.
The dream of one is the continuation of another's burning desire. The sky remains fair to those who dare leap into the abyss. Competition is the fuel that drives them to reach
A
new
flying shark is terrifying. I don't care who you are. That's terrifying.
What remains is a testament to an unyielding, ironclad will. A new day begins where the sky knows no final boundaries. In the brackish waters of the...
Yo, W. Susie Ma, we gotta move on, though. We got to move on. Got lots of stuff to cover today. Got lots of Epstein stuff. We got this garbage. Whatever the hell this is. I knew this game wasn't going to be worth a shit whenever I saw it. I was like, nah, I don't care. I see the ideology trying to blend in with society, and I was like, nah, I'm good. Oh, God, I'm good, bruh.
This was whole. Hilarious to watch this happen. These people on Twitter had a meltdown over this game.
So great to be back. I have missed you guys so much. I know I was gone for a little while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You know what's crazy is that Asmon made this girl's career. Yeah, he reacted to one of her videos whenever she had like a couple hundred subs, and it absolutely blew her channel up.
Sorry, between the holidays, work, catching up on games, getting a new puppy, and then unfortunately getting pretty sick. It has been a lot, but I am doing well now, and I can touch more on all of that at the end. But first, to give feedback on how to make a character hotter, as long as it's Leon Kennedy, and as long as the devs are women. A game called Code Violet came out.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that Requiem, Resident Evil, the new one, I think it's like Resident Evil 9. I'm going to call it 9. A lot of women made Leon, so that's why the speculation is that he was too hot, and then they found out why he was too hot, and it's like, we'll see when the game comes out. If the gameplay is good, then great. I don't really care about much else.
I watched DSP play this game. It was so fucking terrible.
Oh yeah, Code Violet was that there's like dinosaur game, right? The character was hot, but everything else about the game was dog shit.
It was amazing.
Why you ask?
It was
Because the
so
devs said they
entertaining.
did not want PC modders to turn it into a
Yep.
Gooner game. Well, given the game's poor reception, I bet they wish the Gooners were here now. We also got new Fable news, and while I am still not 100%
Game looks
sold
better.
on this one, current players, game Knight's Path, and I thought, oh wow,
great,
she's really pretty. That was it. That was my whole thought, and I was about to keep scrolling, but then I remembered that's not allowed. Not around here, partner. Not around here. Like clockwork, I checked the replies, and there it is. Gooner bait, incel
No
game.
modern stuff, but she's clearly wearing makeup that didn't exist in the time your game is set. Having a gay character would be more realistic than having her have lipstick. You know, mascara wasn't invented until 8.
Don't ever capitulate a game to these schizos. They will never buy your game regardless of how you make it. They will never be the ones that buy your game. Don't ever make a game for these people. They will never buy it and you will go bankrupt.
1830, I thought this game was supposed to be about realism. Bro, like, it's just...
Morning,
what are y'all
Charlie.
talking about?
How's it going, Charlie?
I just have to ask.
What is this?
Have we really fallen this
This game's
far?
gonna be a new
have we
home for
gotten
incels.
so used to unattractive
Yep.
female characters that look like they were generated
Looks like a sex doll or a 21st century cosplayer, not a real human being from before the modern times? Right, okay.
by an AI trained on solely mugshots that now
I bet this person's fat. You see, they're saying that because they can't stop shoving food into their face. And they're like, oh, but back in them days, all women, they clearly didn't look like cosplayer, not a real human. Like, women back then were super skinny. Most of them were so skinny that, like, that's why it's so unrealistic to make a woman knight. Most of them went without food to the point where they were just skin and bone. They were too weak. A lot of men did too, but most of them kept their strength just to farm and stuff. I don't understand how it's unrealistic.
pretty face is
Yes.
considered gooner bait. I would like to add, it is literally just her face.
That's right. Yeah, you don't even know what her body looks like. Well, do you want to know the reason why people were angry about this?
Oh,
It's
nice.
Because it's a bunch of fat women
Start
sitting there.
Twitch? Hell
It's
yeah,
a
start that Twitch, man.
Pretty attractive.
I started Twitch like months ago and I've gotten nowhere, so I really hope that your luck's better than mine. Man, Twitch is just a dying platform.
Girl,
Ugh.
and it makes them mad. That's the reason why. As soon as you understand that, basically, I think, this is my opinion, that the entire push of making characters unattractive in video games is just women trying to not see characters that make them feel bad. I
Yep.
think that's literally it. That's the entire thing.
Picture is from the neck up. She is just standing there,
No
minding her
guys
own
asking
business
for this.
prettily, and the horny police say straight to jail. But honestly, I was so proud of the devs for sticking to their guns amid the backlash. This art direction came directly from a poll that they had run previously.
You know why? Because no one cares what a bunch of Reddit users say. They're a bunch of Reddit users that are never going to touch the game. They never planned on touching the game. They never wanted to touch the game. They just wanted to find something to bitch about. Just ignore them. The game will sell fine as long as it's a good game.
They followed through
What's the poll
wholeheartedly. But then came the thing that really set people off. Someone asked if there would be representation in the game. And the devs did the unthinkable. And I realized in that moment that it would not have mattered how they said it.
Care about gaming and fun, not modern agendas.
Oh, I gotta play this game. I have to play this game. That's what they said? Holy shit. They just obliterated it, bro. Dude, the guy over here looking like a damn a Super Saiyan from, like, the Dragon Ball Super. Like, what is this?
They were so mad over this. And you know what's really funny about this? The game did so well, too. It's already gotten over, like, 100,000, 200,000 wish lists.
Damn.
Or what exactly it was that they said. The problem was always going to be that they said
And
no.
look at his profile picture.
And
This guy's
you know what?
He's memeing anyway.
Good for them. Because if this industry is going to course correct, we need devs who can say no
Yeah.
without fear.
Yeah,
The pendulum
exactly. Like, I mean, if you want to have gay shit in your game, do it. If you don't want to have gay shit in your game, don't do it. But you can't have a culture where people feel like they can force their ideology on everybody else and then try to shame anybody who's not playing along with it. That's exactly what happened with, like, removing male and female, where, like, certain developers felt pressure to get rid of that because other developers were already bullied into it. And then you have a consensus that comes into play, and now everybody's doing it. It's retarded. And
You see, the same thing that happened with modern day gaming is going to have to happen with politics now. See, for the longest time, the silent majority didn't speak up, and now that they spoke up, they completely annihilated the opposition, which was putting this crap into gaming. The same thing's going to have to happen to our politics now, because they got ran out of the gaming space, and now we got to run these bitches out of the political space, too.
You solve it is just by standing up for yourself and saying that, you know what, I'm not going to put up with this shit, and no, it's not okay.
The shot caller syndrome, that's right.
One has just got to swing, and this is what it looks like. We need devs that are solely focused on the story that they want to tell and something that they are truly passionate about, rather than trying to cater to the
Madden, dude, Madden's gonna get them
make something
views
for everyone.
Man, them sports games on Twitch, man, they get views like crazy.
Devs who aren't bending over to appease journalists or loud Twitter activists.
Well, you know why? Because all the developers that catered to these journalists that had these nice little checklists, they all went out of business. And what's even crazier is that not only did the games developers go out of business, the fucking journalists went out of business too. They disenfranchised themselves trying to disenfranchise gamers. And you know what happened? They had to close up shop, baby. That's what you get. You want to run around and you want to push your ideology into people's bullshit? Get shut down.
For not using their Steam page solely as a LinkedIn diversity statement, Knight's Path is a game that knows exactly who it's for.
Good way to say it.
And it is building for them. And it turns out
it's a guy game. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like any game where they say this is the romanceable character and it's a hot blonde, that's a game for guys.
Yep.
It is. For sure.
Actually, a lot of gamers, because they are already at 200,000 wish lists, including me. And you may or may not hear my voice in there.
I know it was
somewhere
100 or 200.
Really?
Now, if Knight's Path isn't
Maybe
your
more.
thing, that is totally fine. You do have options. You could check out 1348X Photo, where you play as an angry lesbian knight with a bowl cut on a revenge quest across medieval Italy. And I do.
That is disgusting. That is disgusting. What the fuck? Who would play that?
Of course.
You say this genuinely, that is one of the most unique,
Yeah.
yet also not unique pitches I've heard in a long time.
I'll probably still be here.
Suspiciously look like Bella Ramsey.
No, I purposely dodged all the trailers to this game because I thought it looked stupid. I saw the bowl cut and I was like, no, I'm good. I don't
The
want
game
anything to do
also
with this
features
crap.
Jennifer English, though, who I love so much, and I think she is so talented. But I will be honest with you, you know how I feel about my female characters, and when I saw the trailer, my thought was simply,
Look at that cut, dude. Not even a guy would try to rock this nasty ass looking cut. Who has a bowl cut back then? Bro, they had shears. Who's gonna be able to do a fade from a bowl cut? Like, what?
I am not sure who is, but I certainly am not the target audience for this, and I clicked
Bro, they
off.
didn't have clippers back then. You have to sit down in like a modern like haircut thing to get a cut like that. You're not just gonna get that back then, bro.
Apparently,
Nobody wants to play as
Like maybe the bowl cut itself, but you're not gonna have the back fade on it. There's no fucking way.
Joan of Arc. It's ridiculous.
And you want to sit here and bitch about a character that's wearing a little bit of makeup? Like, come on.
when the X-Photo devs saw everything happening with Knight's Path, they could not do the same. They hopped into the discourse with a snarky modern agenda tweet.
Dude,
of,
that
could
gameplay
not
looks
do the
like
same.
ass. Who the fuck swings a sword like that?
They hopped into the discourse with
She's
a
literally just swinging it. Like, what?
snarky modern
Wait, what?
agenda tweet of,
Don't forget to wishlist and note the release on your modern agenda.
Wow, they just own that shit, huh? We'll see how that goes.
Wait, what?
their own, and journalists immediately materialized to defend them. Here is what is so funny to me.
What?
If you are confident in your game and your audience, why say anything at all?
What?
Well,
Exactly. Why would you, if you are confident in what you're doing and you like the game that you're making and you know it's going to be a good game because you play tested it and you did all the steps that it took to make sure the game is going to launch and be good for everyone who touches it, then why say anything at all? It's because your ideology compelled you to make a game because you can no longer take over franchises anymore because they're all fucking out of business because you tried to take them over. And now you're trying to make your own game and run that bitch into the ground. That's why.
apparently they can dish it out but not take it, because they have now closed their Steam discussion boards. Very night-like, very chivalrous.
Oh my god. It's almost as if all the people on Twitter that are botting likes and that are basically agreeing with each other don't actually play video games. Imagine that.
And speaking of
There it
different
is.
standards, we have to talk about the GOAT himself, Mr. Leon Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit, even though I am so excited for the game, I am way too much of a baby to play Requiem when it comes out, so I will have to watch my husband play through it first. But we recently learned that during RE9 development, a lot of the female devs had input on making sure Leon stayed hot. And they were getting very detailed about it, like the wrinkles on his neck detailed. You know what?
Yep.
I respect it. The response from everyone...
That's right. They spent $50 on bots so that way they could bot their account. They no longer have the money to buy the game now.
That's also been great. Joking about it, celebrating it. Yes, give us more hot.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Here is where I do start to spiral a little bit. We just went through this whole thing with Knight's Path. A female character shows up with a nice face, and suddenly it is incel.
See, I would have been concerned with the whole Leon issue, but the other character's kind of hot too, so that's why I'm like, I could get by it, you know? I think at least I think the other character's hot.
Does not exist for Leon and his carefully workshopped neck wrinkles.
Because it's completely done by women.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. It's women that are doing this. Women loved... There's nothing that women hate more than women that are more attractive than they are. Oh, let me tell you something. Oh my God. This is why I've said this many times, that every single time that, a group of girls gets together...
Skyrim? What game? You mean that weird bowl cut game? Nah, dude, that ain't no Skyrim. Skyrim has way better mechanics than that.
And they decide...
Skyrim isn't swinging the sword sideways 5 different times. In Skyrim, when you swing the sword, it does like an actual combo mechanic. Where if you swing it 3 times, it's like, I think it's like sideways... And then he comes back and it's down thrust, and then I think it's like an X thrust, and then the last one is something else. But nah, dude. And then you got magic in the game as well, so like, it's nothing. And then you also can be an archer. You have like dragon abilities. Nah, dude, ain't nothing like
Who's the most
Skyrim.
attractive and the most beautiful out of all of you?
Kill dragons, bro.
They collectively agree to make the fattest, ugliest girl the most attractive and the prettiest.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, why would you play that game if you could play Skyrim? There's other games that are going to be coming out here soon that are going to be way better than that game.
And the reason why isn't because they believe it, it's because they don't believe it. It's because they know that they can do that, and there will be no threat to them at all. That's the real reason. Yep.
Nobody is calling those devs weird
Guys
for
don't
putting
do this
thought
shit.
into making him attractive. They are passionate about making him attractive, and there is nothing wrong with that. They enjoy it,
should be
the
hot.
audience will enjoy it, and it will help
Absolutely.
sell more copies of the game.
Yeah, of
and it is
course.
the same thing with Lara Croft, a character
Duh.
who has always been meant to be attractive.
If she wasn't meant to be attractive, then why the hell would they give her a skin-tight suit? Girl showing more legs than she is cloth. You know what I'm saying?
The recent reboot comes out, and suddenly people are clutching their pearls over her outfits, over her wearing makeup in a video game where she fights dinosaurs.
You know why? You know why women usually wear these kind of clothing? It's because they're proud of their body. You have no idea what kind of time and effort it takes to get a body like this. The amount of, like, just sheer willpower of not scarfing food down your fucking gullet every 5 seconds is what makes you get a body like this. Going to the gym 5, 6, 7 days out of the entire, like, the whole week pretty much, for like 1 or 2 hours and maintaining a body like this, it takes so much effort and time. It's so much easier to change the narrative in games, right? Than to just take your ass to the fucking gym and be proud of your body.
Supposed to make
Why
her
does she
hot.
need mascara to explore a tomb?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why does Leon need neck wrinkles to fight zombies?
Yep.
Why does anyone need to look good doing anything?
Exactly.
It is a video game. It is for fun, escape, and enjoyment.
This
Rules
is
for
stupid.
thee,
You have
but
different
not
ideas?
for
Yeah,
thee,
true.
I guess. Okay.
True.
Let's talk about Highguard, which is truly one of the games of all time. So, like I mentioned, it launched with
This
almost
game had the same problem. Like, all these games have these same problems every single time.
I'll tell you exactly what the problem is with Highguard. It's not wokeism. It's not... It has nothing to do with the gameplay. Well, I mean, to an extent, it does. It is another money-hungry company that thought that they were going to publish this game after Concord failed. And what ended up happening was... What ended up happening was that it failed miserably because they had a bunch of maps, one gameplay mode type, characters that weren't interesting, a storyline that's non-existent. It's a fully multiplayer online-only experience with 4v4 teams, and I think they recently added, a couple extra players to the teams, right? There's no other game modes, and the game modes themselves, the game mode is boring as shit. There's nothing to do in the game. There's literally nothing to do in this game. Why would you, even if it's free to play, why the fuck would you play this game? Go play Apex. Apex is 3. You can go play Apex. It's a battle royale. This game doesn't even have battle royale. And then, to boot, they decided to put, I think it was 2 different development companies where developers had left that company. One of them was Titanfall. Let me tell you something. If they worked on Titanfall and they were actually there to help with Titanfall, they wouldn't have been booted from the team. I guarantee you the reason why this game looks like shit and runs... I'm sorry, it doesn't look like shit. It actually looks pretty good. The reason why this game is shit, is what I meant to say, is because there was no thought that went into this. It was going to be a quick money grab, which is the reason why we need systems in place that are going to protect consumers from this crap. There's too many companies that publish these multiplayer online only games, take all your money for these cosmetic skins, and then shut down 2 months later. It's a money grab. That's all it is. That's all it ever will be, and that's all it's ever going to be until we have systems in place that outlaw this shit. It's garbage.
Is that they make like this is like an infection inside of American gaming media. It is. American gaming media is completely infected. And this is even, I would say it's true with TV shows and movies to a lesser extent, is that this fixation that they have around one...
This will end whenever we get all these fucking boomers out of politics and we start getting younger gens like J.D. Vance into political power. Whenever, like, these people that are running our Senate, running our democracy, their biggest enemy is time, and they're running out of it quickly. Thank God. But they need to have term limits. That's the reason why we can't seem to get anything done in this country. How come it is that Europe already has laws in place to prevent this, but we can't seem to get our heads out of our asses because we're too busy protesting like a bunch of morons down in Minneapolis? We got a genocide going on in Iran, but we're worried about ICE down in specifically Minneapolis, Minnesota, right? Like, come on.
Way or another, making things seem realistic, making them fit an agenda, or giving them some sort of ideological slant. Because I don't know about you guys, but
I guarantee you it's both. I guarantee you it's a form of tax write-offs, and it's them just doing just straight up cash grab.
Even whenever I play games that don't have like a very explicit message to them, there's like a certain type of vibe that these certain games have that, like, you know that this game was made and it was designed by people that want you to think this way. Like, am I crazy for thinking that? I get you. And I think this is unique to American games. Even European games don't have this problem. You know, like Polish games, French games, like Expedition 3.
You know why? You know why it's specifically American games? Because in America, for some odd reason, we're the only country dumb enough to take these people serious. That's why.
You know, it's the problem. Obviously, Chinese games don't have this problem. Japanese games
Why
don't have
else would you have these people sitting down in the Senate or the Supreme Court asking them what the definition of a woman is and them not giving the goddamn answer to what the definition of a woman is? Why else do you think that no other country in the world is going to take that shit serious?
This problem. It is purely an American issue.
100,000 concurrent players.
And it's kind of sad because, like, to some extent, some of that stuff is legitimate. But it's so blown out of proportion by these wackos that it's completely ruined it for everybody.
Huge numbers, and then almost immediately lost about 90% of them. Now, I am not going to jump on Jeff Keighley too hard for this one. I genuinely do not know what it was that he saw in this game, because after watching some gameplay, it's pretty rough, and I think the conversation probably went something like this. Jeff played a demo, fell in love for reasons unknown, told the devs, I am giving you a primetime slot in this year's Game Awards.
For free. Don't forget to emphasize that. It was for free. Most game developers that want that slot have to pay millions.
They were probably like, are you sure, Jeff? I don't know, maybe a smaller slot, maybe a tweet. And Jeff said, no, final spot, trust. And then he pointed finger guns at them and he walked away. But then reality happened, and it turns out, much like everyone was expecting, The game is not great.
It was
now,
a flopperooski.
to try and be super fair, I do think the internet was also
I don't think they paid him.
for something.
I don't think so.
You know, everyone was looking for the next
I think people
Concord.
are just making that up.
They wanted a new punching bag, and Highguard showed up at exactly the wrong moment with maximum spotlight on them. And I don't think most people are rooting for games to fail. Highguard was just at the wrong place.
I always want to see.
I want to see multiplayer online only games fail because I want to bring back single player full-fledged experiences. Fuck multiplayer online games.
A game that represents
Their era is over.
It's an ideology that I hate fail. I do. I always want to see it. And that's not just like a political thing. I don't really care as much even about that. I care about like a game that represents a industry that's disconnected with its audience. I think it's a good thing if
I see an industry that doesn't care about its audience and wants to make a quick money sack. That's what I see. And that mentality needs to be completely and utterly annihilated out of the gaming industry. It needs to be annihilated. It needs to be dragged out in the middle of the street and humiliated. That's what it needs. It needs this to happen. Any game that wants to just publish a game, make a quick stack of money, and then run, this needs to happen to you. You need to be dragged out into the street, and you need to be humiliated. You need to have tomatoes thrown at you. You need to be the town clown for as long as it possibly can. This is what you deserve.
like that fails because it means the market's working.
The wrong time, and
That's what I think.
this is just yet another
Sounds
sign
crazy,
that
maybe,
people
but
are
that's just the way I
so
feel.
over the modern slop. We are tired. We just want
We're exhausted.
good games, and we want to be excited about good games. And when
True.
something gets hyped up like that and it does not deliver, it's going to get roasted. Now,
Yep.
had this not been announced like it was at the Game Awards, had they just been left alone and
It'd
done their
die.
own thing,
It would die.
they probably would have been fine. It would have launched to a much smaller group, and they would have had the time
They would have had dozens of players. Dozens of people would have played High Guard.
make changes and develop.
Yeah,
and
from everything that I've seen, the gameplay looks really smooth. It's just so unimaginably mid of a game. Like, why? Why bother?
that could still happen. I really
Oh,
am.
come
hoping
play
that
this other 3v3 multiplayer online only shooter. It's free to play, because, you know, that was the excuse that everyone gave for Concord, is that you had to pay money for it. Well, what's the excuse here?
we'll be able to turn it around. Speaking of turning things around,
I will say that I find it respectful respectable that they're trying to add in new modes. And if they're able to repair High Guard and make it good, I will be really tremendously impressed. But right now, I'm just not really imagining that happening. I think it's respectful that they, you know, again, a captain that's willing to go down with his ship.
I think that maybe in a couple of years it might be good, but I mean, when will these developers learn? Am I right? When will they learn? That's the real question. Here we go. So Trump responds to the Iranian Supreme Leader threatened warning or whatever the fuck.
Reportedly preparing for talks in Turkey this week in hopes of easing tensions between the two nations. This as the Ayatollah warns the U.S. not to attack Iran, posting on X, quote, "The Americans should know if they start a war, this time it will be a regional war." But President Trump isn't.
That's hilarious. What war? Bro, ain't gonna be no war. We gonna tactically take your ass out. Ain't gonna be no foot grounds on the dirt, foot soldier and bullshit. Hell no, we got the most technologically advanced tactical warhead nuke things that you could ever imagine. They're called nuke things because they're shit that we haven't even heard of that the United States military has, that we as citizens in our own country don't even know what they have. Like, you really think you're going to stand up against a force like that, bro? Come on.
Backing down, saying this when asked by a reporter.
Yeah, it's going to be another Maduro minute. That's right. Yo, the goal for that team should just be to get these people, like, they number one, Trump should collect all these guys and put them in a box next to each other and sell tickets, right? And number two, anytime they go out and send these guys in to collect these warlords like this, they should try to aim for a better time every time they go in. Like this past time with Maduro was 3 hours, they should aim for 2, or like 2.5 hours. They should try to get it done faster and faster every time. Bro, it ain't gonna be no war. You fucking joke.
spark a regional war? Do you have any response to that?
Why wouldn't he say that? Of course you're going to say that, but we have the biggest, most powerful
I don't know.
ships in the
I mean,
world.
from what I understand, after they got Maduro, the thing is that Venezuela is still in turmoil because, like, Maduro's next in command is still a fucking tyrant. So I think what might end up happening is that we might end up turning the ships around and going back to Venezuela to get the guy that's in charge now, because they're threatening people still, threatening to kill them and stuff. So I just don't get it, man.
We're there very close, a couple of days, and hopefully we'll make a deal. If we don't make a deal, then we'll find out whether or not he was right.
Joining me now is former Deputy National Security Advisor and Heritage Foundation Vice President Victoria Coates. Victoria, thank you so much for joining us this morning. As the president shows U.S. military strength coupled with a willingness to talk, where do you foresee all of this going?
Well, good morning, Carly. Yeah, I think
Bro, we gonna wake up one of these days throughout the next 2 weeks, and we gonna find out that this dude got captured and put in a box somewhere, getting trialed in like New York or something. Watch. Then not even going to be like any loss of life again.
take more than an ex post to prevent President Trump from taking whatever action he decides
How's
is
it
in the
going,
interest of
Suburban?
the American people. And so
Suburban
we'll see what
Parasite.
happens
Interesting
in
name.
Turkey this week. Obviously, everyone would prefer diplomacy. This has been on offer for the Iranians for over a year now. They didn't have to have the 12-day war in June, which they lost by every conceivable metric, disastrously for them. And so if they're now in a condition where their economic mismanagement, the disaster that's going on in that country is so severe that they're actually willing to make significant concessions to the United States, particularly on the nuclear file, there's no harm in having a discussion about that.
No, there's certainly
Trump's not going. Why would you send an armada of boats, ships, subs, planes to a country if you're going to have a discussion? Trump is already warned this guy multiple times. I think Trump's going to go in and get him. He's either going to go in and get him or he's going to kill him. It's going to be one or the other. Guarantee you.
Yeah, but the single most important condition in terms of negotiations for
I mean, how many times do you have to bomb somebody from orbit before the next person in line says, I'm not willing to die for this cause? Fuck that. I mean, it can only happen so many times, especially if, like, you know, we're not losing anything out of it other than a couple missiles here and there. Like, at what point does the guy that gets next in line say, yep, I'm not willing to die for this? Fuck that. Let's come to the table. Let's talk about this.
would be for Iran to denuclearize and give up their nuclear weapons ambitions. But there are already images that show
That's
that
right,
Iran
man.
is already rebuilding those.
And that's only what you see above the water. The reason why I say subs, bro, there's probably like 20 of them bitches down there. Who knows how many subs they have covering those ships?
Nuclear facilities that were bombed shortly after the 12-day war during Operation Midnight Hammer. So if that's the most important condition for the United States and it's a non-starter for Iran, I mean, does that only leave military action being taken?
Well, it's hard to see a different path. But again, I think we're in a different place than we were in June. I think the Iranians thought when President Trump came back in that he was somehow, you know, so eager to get a deal.
Oh, look at all those guys. I wonder how long they work out and train every day. I wonder how long the security from Maduro worked out and trained every day before their lights got turned out and they had their brains scrambled by our devices and dropped in 20 men that supposedly took out hundreds of theirs and they couldn't even touch ours while they sat there and they coughed up blood and blood came out of their noses and they could hear their friends dying off in the darkness and screaming horrible deaths. I wonder how many hours those guys put down at the gym. Remember, boys, it doesn't matter how many hours you put in at the gym. They call the gun the equalizer for a reason.
That he would put up with all of their nonsense.
It's a good thing that we're 2 steps above the gun now.
sort of tergiversations. They're trying to play for time, and all the while they were going for a nuclear weapon. That's what he showed them with Midnight Hammer, that was not going to be tolerated. He did very significant damage to that program. As you said, we think they are trying to rebuild. That's something the Israelis are watching very closely. We are as well. If that's the case, and we can get to a verifiable deal, that they give that up because they think that their survival is at risk now, then, as I said, that's fine. But at the same time, we now have a president, Carly, who has demonstrated not just through Midnight Hammer, but also through absolute resolve, the action against Maduro in Venezuela, that he is willing to use American strength when it is necessary, particularly in a targeted way that changes the conditions on the battlefield. So if the Iranians think they can just kind of string the Trump administration along through these talks in Turkey, I think they're probably going to come to some more grief.
Yeah, and moving from the Middle East to Europe now, I want to ask you about the war in Ukraine, because President Trump negotiated a temporary pause in fighting between Russia and Ukraine because Ukraine...
And the only reason why we're limp-dinking around with Vladimir is because he's got nukes. That's the only reason why. That's the whole reason why they're trying to prevent them from getting nukes in Iran. Obviously. All right, let's move on from that.
ICE has been getting pushback in cities like Minneapolis, but White House Press Secretary Caroline Levin is calling out Democrats for adding fuel to the fire by criticizing our federal agents. And here is one of those left-wing lawmakers spreading anti-ICE rhetoric.
We're still pretending that ICE is going after dangerous people. They aren't. Right now, 70% of the people that they are detaining have absolutely no criminal record.
I love that these people keep saying that. You do realize that they publish all the criminal records of the people they nab? Like, they do it all publicly. The minute they get them, they release the criminal records that these guys have. But I've yet to see a counter formation of these records that show that these people haven't done anything. I haven't seen their names being pulled up in y'all's database that says that these people aren't guilty of what they've done, like, that have been shown all over media. I mean, is that all you guys have, is word of mouth at this point? Like, everything that I've seen, it seems like they show proof for, at least coming out of the White House, but for whatever reason, these people, they say all these words, and they don't ever have any form of proof to back anything up. It's kind of, like, sad at this point.
What is happening in Minnesota right now is a dystopia. ICE is tear gassing elementary schools.
It is unlawful.
It is disappearing legal.
No, they are cooked. I think that they are so cooked that they are still trying to put up a front that's failing. It's so obviously cooked. It's so over.
It is murdering American citizens. The Constitution is being abandoned by this administration right now as we speak. And so our focus over the next 2 weeks...
You know what's crazy is I don't ever remember whenever I read the First Amendment. I don't think I ever read once the word protest in the entirety of the First Amendment. I heard a peaceable assembly. I heard that. I didn't hear anything about a protest. Did y'all ever read protest in the First Amendment? I didn't hear that. That's right, man. Get the popcorn ready.
Reining in a lawless and
this is bad for everybody. Because you realize that if these guys keep pushing these people that are down in Minneapolis to protest and more people die, they're going to take the First Amendment away. They will take it away. Like, the amendment is made to be altered or be reinterpreted. Like, they will take that right away if people keep fucking around and keep getting themselves killed over this stupid nonsense. It's so ridiculous.
Immigration agency in this nation.
Former acting DHS Secretary and the America First Policy Institute Chair of Homeland Security and Immigration, Chad Wolf, joins me now. Chad, thank you so much for joining us. So it is clear that we are living in a world where Republicans and Democrats could not view the same operation more differently. Can you respond to the senator's comments there where he said that ICE is not going after dangerous people and 70% of those detained do not have a criminal record?
Well, again, it's just not true. You know, the senator made a number of statements. It's hard to begin, hard to start. But look, ICE is doing its job, whether it's going after criminal illegal aliens or just those with the final order of removal, which the senator, of course, doesn't mention. There's about 2 million illegal aliens here in the United States that have had their due process, that have seen an immigration judge, and the immigration judge has given them a final order of removal, which means they need to deport themselves. They don't do that, of course. And so ICE has to go out and pick these individuals up and remove them.
Exactly. When you are gassing these people up so much that they're going down into these cities, like, for example, in Minnesota and Minneapolis, and they're actively getting themselves killed, and then you bring out onto the Senate floor an AI-generated image of the same dude getting shot and killed with a cop that has no fucking head, you cooked your whole argument. Even if they were right, even if you're right about something, and you bring out an AI-generated image of anything about the topic, you've cooked your argument. It's over. You showed that you can't even reliably rely on your own sources to push your argument. It's so fucking cooked that you can't even rely on what you're saying. So you've got to 3D, you have to make something up to push your agenda. You've cooked yourself on levels that I didn't even know were possible. It's sad that people are even still falling for this. It's crazy. And you know what's sad is they would easily take away the First Amendment to protect the retards down in Minneapolis. Like, the Constitution and the amendments were all made to be altered in some way, shape, or form. That's what they were originally designed to do. That's why it's called the amendment. It's meant to be amended. That's what it's meant to do. Like, that's why it's called that. So it's like, man, it just fucking sucks, because if these people keep pushing, they're gonna fuck everything up for every American.
That ICE is somehow immoral for doing its job, effectuating a judge's order and going out there and removing these individuals. He needs to take a look.
That's why it's so nice to see the local police finally stepping in on this. They can say whatever they want online. At the end of the day, whenever you decide to put your hands on agents, federal agents, meaning ICE officials, FBI, or law enforcement, you're going to jail. That's just all there is to it. You can't throw shit. You can't fucking cause chaos. You can't cause riots. You can't riot, right? Gas people up to get themselves fucking killed for your weird ass cause. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, look at Minneapolis. It's engrossed in fraud that's sending money over to terrorist regimes. How could you possibly believe somebody that's doing that in your own state?
He needs to take a look at the law that Congress passed, that he and his colleagues passed, that told ICE to do this. But let me just go back to that West Virginia operation. You have over 600 arrests there. You didn't see chaos on the streets of West Virginia, right? Because local law enforcement helps ICE. It's only in Democratic-run cities and sanctuary cities where you see this chaos happen. And so in the process, the left puts up roadblocks for ICE in sanctuary cities. Chaos happens. And then, of course, what do they want to do? They want to shut down government, or they want to put even more limitations on ICE. This is just another way to get towards defunding and abolishing ICE.
So, Chad, there were more than 300 protests that took place this weekend across the country in what organizers called ICE Out of Everywhere. And we saw some of those protests turn violent. One turned into a riot in Eugene, Oregon. President Trump posted this on Truth Social. He says, I've instructed Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem that under
ICE
no
isn't going
circumstances...
anywhere. You're absolutely right. ICE has been around since like 2003. ICE is going nowhere. At the most they could do is like defund them, but they're not going to get rid of them. Like, it doesn't matter how many people you pay to go down there and use their signs. It's not going to happen.
Participate in various poorly run Democrat cities with regard to those protests and or riots unless and until they ask us for help. So how is this different than what was previously happening, and why does this matter?
Well, I think what
That's
President
right.
Trump is saying is...
ICE is high. You know what's crazy is that people police officers in Minneapolis, Minnesota, quit their jobs and joined ICE because of all the protests that were going on. They quit their jobs because they couldn't protect their fellow citizens because their government, their state government was telling them not to interfere with ICE to the point where they weren't even allowed to be brought out or be like called out to like the assaults around the ICE facilities. I wouldn't want to be part of that organization either. I'd join ICE. Fuck that, dude. That's crazy. They make more money too.
But we're going to need an invitation from local police. You know, if Minneapolis and others don't want us there, then we're going to take that in consideration because of what happened.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
Flip side, he's saying, but we will go in to protect federal buildings and other assets there. We're not.
Damn, it's really 24 now. That's crazy.
Go after those facilities.
And I know that people, police officers also quit because they didn't like how the departments were being ran either. Some of them didn't even join ICE. Some of them just quit because they thought that the way it was being ran is shit. For obvious reasons.
So I think he's, again, saying we'll continue to protect what is ours. But as far as sending in massive amounts of assets and resources, we're going to need a request from those local, whether it's the local mayor or the local governor.
Okay, so zeroing in on New York City, Mayor Zohran Mamdani, Chad, is expected to sign
Try
a
to
bill
keep the
barring
curse words
ICE
to
from
a
operating
non-existent level.
out of all New York City correctional facilities.
Bye-bye.
So the difference is that under Mayor Adams, jails could allow...
It's kind of impressive. We've got more people siding with ICE in the chat than we normally do. It's about time.
...to their facilities to pick
Usually
up
it's a
illegal,
bloodbath.
Criminal migrants. Now this bill would bar that from happening. And this is happening as the New York Post is reporting a judge allowed an alleged sexual predator, a legal migrant, who was wanted by ICE to freely leave a city courthouse after he was arrested for allegedly shoplifting, let this person out the back door, and then ICE had to chase them down the street. What do you make of Zohran Mamdani's latest moves and what this means for New York City?
That's right. Ice, baby.
This is a significant setback for New York City. This is a dangerous move by the mayor. I don't understand why you wouldn't want ICE to go into a jail setting, which is very secure. You already have an illegal alien who's in jail, and before you let him out, ICE comes in, detains that individual, and then removes them from the country because, again, they don't have any legal right to remain here in the United States. Instead, what Mayor Mamdani is doing is saying, no, we're going to release them. We're not going to let you into Rikers. We're going to release them. And you've got to send 20 officers into a neighborhood to try to find this individual, locate them, detain them, remove them, all the while, you know, it's very dangerous. Neighbors are watching, and, you know, it has the potential to spiral out of control.
I kind of wonder, because supposedly yesterday they cut off the funding. I almost completely forgot about that. Supposedly yesterday, Trump cut off all the funding to sanctuary cities. So I wonder how many protesters are down there today.
What the mayor is doing. So it's an ironic twist that if he actually wants to protect his residents, you would actually let ICE into a jail setting like Rikers instead of, you know, making them go out into the neighborhoods to find these folks.
And finally, Chad, that's a back and forth that's going on in Minneapolis, too, because you have Tom Homan, who last week said that Keith Ellison...
I turned 31 years old last Sunday.
General in Minneapolis said that jails could work with ICE, and then the AG came back and
it's
said,
because
no,
I'm fat, bruh.
So do you know what's actually happening?
I still get my run in every day, man.
Well, again, I think it's a negotiation going back and forth. And my guess is that the Attorney General and others got a lot of pushback from your far left agitators and others who don't want to cooperate with ICE at all. They believe that any negotiations with ICE is not good. But
thanks, Ralph.
The reality is, if you want to draw down the number of assets there in Minneapolis, if it's 3,000 and you want to draw that down to a couple hundred, if that, then you let them into the jail because they don't need the additional ICE officers in your neighborhood. This is basic common sense. This is basic public safety.
Yeah.
Detaining
Well, I don't think sanctuary cities are actually quote-unquote ended. I feel like what's going to end up happening is these sanctuary cities aren't going to be called sanctuary cities anymore. They're going to call them they're going to call themselves something else, and then they're going to still try to get federal funding. I think that's what's going to end up happening.
Individuals that are already in jail before they're released back into communities. I don't understand why that's controversial. It hasn't been controversial in ICE's history for over the last 2 decades that they've been inside the department doing this mission. They did it under President Obama. But somehow,
hey, thanks,
because
agree.
President Trump, everyone's against
agree
it.
substance.
Just like that, to impact the federal government
agreeing's
as well. We call it a partial government.
A green substance,
okay. 78% in impacting important agencies like the Department of Defense, Homeland Security, and Transportation. Chad Wolf, thank you so much for joining us.
I have to like look at the word because my vision is shit. So like I'm kind of like squinting at it to try and read it. Some of the longer words, they appear smaller.
We appreciate your
Oh,
insight, as
names,
always.
I mean.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Oh, shit. I didn't mean to click
Welcome
that.
back to Sunday
I
Night
didn't mean to click
America.
that.
This
There
is
we go.
not a good time.
Okay. Oh, wait. I had some stuff for ICE. Yeah, here we go. This is ICE. We're gonna run through the ICE stuff, and then we're gonna cover the Epstein stuff after that. Oh, here we go. Oh, we got Decoy today, boy. Let's go. We got Decoy. Oh, hell yeah. Check out Decoy on YouTube. Decoy.
Anti-ICE activists, and ICE is getting horrifyingly smaller.
Yeah, because their funding got cut. Duh. Their federal funding got cut, so they can't funnel all that money into protesters anymore.
Use secret encrypted chats to train, plan, and attack.
Oh, the ICE Watchdog Agency had all of their stuff leaked on Friday. So ICE Watchdog community, the entire website that they were using got leaked. All the information, all the people that signed up, all the phone numbers, IDs, everything got leaked in it. And the guy that leaked it all said that he was turning it into the FBI. So they're going to start arresting these fucking fruitcakes now.
Forces, they're now recruiting kids to walk out of classes and march on their behalf. In California, what looks to be
Decoy is so goated. He's so
teenagers
cool.
are taking the streets. But in New York City, it looks like they're brainwashing.
Why are you doing this to children? Man, whenever I see this, I think about like that one Iranian like base that they made underneath like an elementary school. They made like an elementary school underneath. They made a base, a military base underneath an elementary school, so that way if Trump bombs them, they can use it as propaganda to be like, well, you know, at least we're not bombing elementary schools. And it's like, bro, you put a fucking thing underneath it.
They're preschoolers.
My name is Dr. Canton.
Like, what better way to rile up a bunch of fucking morons than to bring a baby down to a protest that doesn't need to be there just to get like pepper sprayed and like rubber ball bombed? It's ridiculous, man.
Chloe Day School here in Harlem, New York. As today is a national day of protest, it's too cold outside for us to go outside and protest. Our teachers cannot walk off the job and leave our children unsupervised. So today, we decided in solidarity, we will support all those who are out protesting against the violence that we see and the harm that we see happening to our friends.
I want to see the judges go to jail too.
Stop the hating. Right. What do we want to tell people?
That's crazy.
Stop hurting people.
And all the way back to San Francisco, they're doing the same.
Choose kindness.
Where it appears they even escorted these kids to march out.
Because they totally know better, right? They totally know better than to do what the adults say, right? Clearly. They know so, like, those kids, man, let me tell you, they can make choices of their own. They can go out and vote anytime they want, right?
Streets.
See, this shit should be illegal straight up.
Every single parent saying this should immediately take their kid out of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're using your kids as cannon fodder, bro. Like, what the fuck? How would you be okay with that?
Them for endangering them, as the adult-to-student ratio looks something like 20 to 1.
Yeah, they look like fucking classes, bro. That looks like a damn class of kids. Like, here's a, like, look at how this is set up. It looks like they just marched these kids right out of the classroom into the streets. Look, watch. I'll show you. Whenever you go to an elementary school, look at this. You have a teacher, her group of kids, a teacher, her group of kids, a teacher, his group of kids, a teacher, their group of kids. Like, it's literally teachers, like, moving the, like, this is sick.
Endangering them, as the adult-to-student ratio looks something like
a teacher,
20 to 1.
their kids,
now, in
a teacher, their kids, a teacher, their kids. You got the crosswalk guy? Dude, that's fucking disgusting.
Movement, the kids will have absolutely zero impact over is so insanely dangerous and meaningless, I imagine that school loses its insurance tomorrow. As best case, they capture some footage to gain clout for the adults' social media accounts. Worst case, a couple kids wander off in the chaos and get run over. And over in LA, that's exactly what these students are asking for, sprinting out into the streets to stop ICE. And back east, it's even worse, as they straight block these icy streets.
I agree. the school should be shut down, and everyone in that school who knew about this and who allowed it to happen needs to be in jail. Period.
Now, at least in Georgia, when the kids tried to leave, they were marched right back into class. But in other parts of the state, they're nearly being run over. As homeschooling
that's crazy.
Never looked smarter, but even school choice is equally important.
And you know what's crazier about it is, like, kids, a lot of those kids, they're gonna do that because they just don't want to be in class. They don't give a shit. I would have done the same thing. Who wouldn't have done that? I'm like, fuck yeah, I ain't gotta do no work. Hell yeah, I'm gonna do it.
States, your kid can either be forced into a classroom to receive an education, or be used as a useful pawn for activist adults that are willing to sacrifice your kid for their amusement. I meant movement, but then again, both are applicable. As watching the walkout over in Stockton, California, somebody called out the school for doing this while having a 0% math proficiency, which is actually—
Holy shit! That's insane. What? Bro, they can't read, but they know how to spell ice, don't they?
Not an exaggeration. Just over 1/3
Oh my god!
students graduate. Only 1/4 of them can read, while 0/5 of them can understand those fractions. Meanwhile, the tax man asks for more money for education, but they're not teaching the kids math or anything really, just how to be an activist.
Bro, they ain't even worth the shit as teachers, man.
And when only 26% of them know how to read, it makes sense why it's so easy to get them to blindly run into the streets. Which finally brings me to why I said anti-ICE activists—
That's right, you do. You get 2 points just for writing your name on a paper, dude. That means they don't even know how to spell their name. Oh no! No, these are high schoolers.
As I think they're only putting the kids— anti-ICE activists are becoming like ISIS, as I think they're only putting the kids out front because they want something to happen to them. Even though they deny it, we know these protests are actually riots. Local police are getting increasingly more aggressive with them, which is confirmed to be part of their plan so they can create flashpoint moments to rally about later. They tried to get it with that button crate.
Places across the Twin Cities metro that already have a— So they're actually sending these protesters over there to try and escalate it on purpose.
Flashpoint moments to rally about later. They tried to get it with that bunny ears hoax that was quickly debunked, but now all they got is a second idiot that might lose his eye, with someone claiming they were pregnant while getting pepper bowled in the stomach.
Well, if you're pregnant, maybe you shouldn't go to these events. And if people start getting aggro and rioting, maybe you should leave.
And why would you go to a riot while carrying a baby? The same reason you would take a class of preschoolers to protest in the streets.
There it
Or
is.
A terrible
It's just like whenever you have a gun on you, and then you go to a protest and you start spitting on ICE agents, and you start breaking their taillights, and you want to be called a peaceful protester, yet they can't even not AI your image and put it on social media to make it seem like more, to make it to where more people feel bad for you because you look good because your image was AI edited. Their shit's so fucking cooked they can't even put a picture of this dude's face online without editing it to make him look more attractive. And then his family came forward and said that he was acting weird. He hadn't been to work in months prior to the incident, and that he had gotten involved with the wrong crowd. His own parents said this after he got shot. Like, you can only do so much for a child, for somebody that you want to raise and put out into this world, but at the end of the day, they're going to make their own decisions. What, did he make the decision to carry a firearm while committing actual felonies in the state of Minneapolis? Yes. If he had just surrendered and given himself up like what happened with that one dude, he'd be alive. Like, there's so many bad decisions that have been made that have caused all this chaos, and it's sad to see people losing their lives over just straight up stupidity. It is. Like, any American loss is terrible. It's sad, and it's unnecessary. But now that the police are involved, Now it's not going to happen. You know why? Because they got rubber bullets. They've got riot gear. So all this like media that they can no longer push out, it's cooked. It's done. Oh, you're not going to hear about another person losing their life unless they pick up a fucking a smoke canister that's obviously going to blow up in your fucking hand. Like, come on. That's the whole reason why they're doing that now. Oh, but they kicked over a gas canister. Yeah, but your retarded ass picked it up. Why the hell would you pick up a gas canister? Fucking moron.
Long in prison, and the kids need to be taken away for their safety. But unfortunately, the left has gone so insane, they'll never call out their comrades on this. As over in Portland, the rioters got blasted.
Assaulting a federal officer and spitting on somebody is a felony. Hate to break it to you, but that's a felony. Especially if you spit on a police officer. So, having a gun by itself is not a felony, but committing a crime while having a gun makes it 2 felonies.
And some poor kid got doused with it. And even when the story got posted to Reddit to over 3,000 upvotes, the top post wasn't, "Stop doing this." It was, "What to do when you inevitably get gassed."
Yeah, Rittenhouse.
Once again proving
Rittenhouse just surrendered. He didn't fight the police. He didn't put up a scuffle. They told him that you're under arrest, you've been detained or whatever. He threw up his hands. He had a firearm, and you know what he did? He didn't do shit. He did what the police told him to do. And he's alive. Big surprise. He's alive.
Sprayed wasn't an accident, but part of their plan that they're almost hoping to happen again, as human sacrifice has become a core tenet of accomplishing their agenda. But police involvement in their...
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? You say that about January 6th. Did you know that a January 6th insurrectionist was shot and killed? No one wants to talk about the female Air Force veteran that was shot and killed on January 6th, but they can sure as fuck stand at the front of the White House with their little canyon monument, right? You don't want to talk about that. Look it up, motherfucker.
Injuries is rare. The bigger danger to these student protests or the other students. Weeks ago,
y'all don't want to talk about that.
This resulted in mass brawls between students. And back in the riots in LA...
Hey, some of those people needed to be in jail for way longer. I didn't agree with Trump letting any of them out, but like some of them didn't do shit. They just were in the Capitol. Some of them didn't break anything. Some of them were just there. And to those, I think that they should have been let out sooner. But some of the ones that actually assaulted people and hurt people, they still need to be locked up. That shit that you trying to spit down in the chat, that don't work here, man.
February.
I use this thing called common sense. If you had any, you wouldn't be saying half the shit you are.
Also allowed the students to walk out. Where tragically, a stabbing occurred, as the one kid ended up in critical condition, all in an effort to march against Trump's deportation plan. Why wasn't this gaining national media attention? Liberal school district marches the kids.
I'm too much of a coward. Well, the only coward I see is somebody that's down in a YouTuber's comments instead of being out there protesting. So how about that? If you really feel as strong as you do, then why don't you go out and protest in Minneapolis?
Against Trump.
No, you're just... I'm the coward, though, right?
Murder to get swept under the rug. It didn't stop a single deportation, but oh well, almost 1 year to the day, let the schools try again, except this time with preschoolers. I think every adult involved in allowing this needs to be arrested by the feds. It sounds extreme, but what's the alternative? Waiting patiently until a kid does pay the price for these actually evil activist adults? As if they're actually successful in getting their human sacrifice. No matter what the actual circumstances are, the left will ignore all the inconvenient information and just say, this is Trump's fault. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, subscribe to Decoy.
Yeah, keep taking copium.
What an insane...
Might help. It might actually get you somewhere someday. Who knows? Keep taking your copium.
Liberal jumped in front of a car with a Trump flag.
Well, you keep taking your copium, we'll keep winning. Yeah, we'll keep winning.
Look, see they try and get in the way.
Boom!
Oh my God. They just drove off.
Yeah, because the crowd was about to surround him. I'd be driving off too, shit.
You get in the front? Why would you get in front of somebody's car?
That person like threw themselves in front of the car.
Why would you get in front of somebody's car? What are you doing? What are you doing getting in front of the car?
Hey guys, did you know that if you run in the middle of the street and then you like get in front of a car, you might get hit? Damn, that's not like something we don't learn when we're like 5, right? I've never heard of this before in my life. It's revolutionary.
Why would you jump in front of somebody's car? Oh my God. Look at it. I don't see the police laughing at this, right? I don't see that anywhere, but maybe it's true. And fuck around and find out. The sign was her face. Yeah, praying for the car? Absolutely. That's what
I know,
happened.
right? She could have ruined the car, man. Having to bunch that big ass whale off his car, man. That's crazy. Could have damaged the paint. Could have broke the headlight.
Here we go. Sheriff pushes back. No, they're going hard on these people too.
Good. They need to go hard on them. Pop some tear gas in that damn crowd, man.
Stop. And you can.
Yep. They tried to push you, motherfucker. You wouldn't back up. Now they gonna shoot you. Got some rubber bullets, man.
This is the sheriff department too.
Let's see how tough you are with a rubber bullet stuck up your ass.
Yep.
God damn, man. God fucking damn.
That's right. Use your words. That's all you fuckers got now. It's over.
They are. You see him going crazy. There's no whistles.
Right there.
Yeah, true. I'm trying to just moving them out of the way.
That's right. Moving them out of the way so the ISA just could go do their job. Ain't that a beautiful thing?
Moving them right out of the way.
That's right.
You guys are ridiculous.
Let's go shit for 2 weeks. I know. It does look like obviously they're losing a lot of momentum though. It seems pretty obvious, especially now that the state government is working with them. And obviously like people can't just go out and do this forever. And you're going to have a lot of the worst actors be, they're going to get arrested or something's going to happen to them.
They're probably going to stop showing up now they know they can't go out there and loot. So you're going to lose people just based on that. Because a lot of them don't go out there to protest. They go out there to loot. They're going to try and rile up the crowd enough to where they can start looting shit. Sell it on eBay or something.
I think that's it. Just arrest them all. Absolutely. 100%.
Yep.
100%. Cops aren't being aggressive with them. That's good to see. Well, they don't need to. Yeah, they don't need to.
Man, that's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
Big surprise if the local police stepped in and were able to do their job, there would be no one getting hurt. Look at that. They didn't even have to shoot the people in the crowd with that. They just pushed them back. Good to go.
You see them all. They're just getting moved out like they nothing, bro. I love to see this. They gonna release those people though? They will at some point, sure.
You know why? Because the entire thing that they've been gassing up for the past 2 weeks is that that ICE isn't federal officials. I mean, isn't law enforcement. But now that they got the police out there, you can't say that because you already said it for ICE. So they just lost that momentum completely. Whenever Tim Walz started. Ever since that talk with Trump, whatever that talk was that got Tim Walz to put his ass in line.
Like they'll probably get detained. I think that's going to be pretty bad. And then here it is here. Watch this. Watch this. Anti-ICE protesters hold up their hands as federal agents demand they stop tracking them. Wow. Look at that. See? Look.
Look at that. She's not being shot and killed. You know why? Because she got her fucking hands up. Big surprise.
See?
It's like a cheat code, man.
No, that is not true. Yeah, don't be impeding our operations. You're following a state.
No, you're not following a state.
Here all my life, I know how to drive in the snow.
See, look at that.
That is not true.
Do not impede.
Wow.
You can peacefully protest all you want.
That is what we are doing. We are observing your actions, sir.
Yep. You don't need to be freaking impeding us.
We are not impeding. We are observing your actions.
No, you're not observing.
That way we can tell if they are legal and you will be held up for your actions, sir.
Everything we do by the Constitution.
That is not true.
Title 8 enforcement.
I mean, you can only tell yourself so many times that what you're doing is constitutional. Sitting in your car with your hands up impeding a federal investigation. That's a wonderful thing to behold, isn't it?
Not.
Well, yeah, but you see the third sentence in the line says that we could go out and throw peaceful bricks of peacefulness. Where the fuck does it say that shit?
You are not enforcing our laws, sir.
The crossing the border is not against the law, guys.
Biden, did he let millions of people in?
That is so uninformed.
It's so uninformed, yeah. I bet it is, huh? How about that? It's always what people like this do. Oh my God! And you see how she's got her hands up. Wow, why didn't they shoot her?
Bro, seeing Don Lemon getting locked up is such a beautiful thing.
Instantly.
I look forward to covering the court. I hope that I'll believe that he actually did something. Like, I know he did something wrong, but I'll believe that it's a new day and age in America when a dude actually gets locked up and charged. That's what I want to see. I want to see that dude rot in jail.
Look at this. 3 illegal aliens caught blasting guns on a highway packed with shooting. See, this is what these people are fighting to protect. They are fighting to protect illegal alien parasites coming to our country, shooting people, stealing our money, committing crimes, and living in our houses.
That's right.
These should be houses for Americans. Look at them go. They just popping off. Look, look, look. Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Bro, they got their whole loadout. Look them go. They just do this. Yep. He got no sights.
That is a fully automatic weapon. What the fuck? How?
That's pretty good.
Man, they young too. Look at that. Look at that. Just more proof, right? But we're the crazy ones.
Yeah. Like, who does this?
I think I am watching animals. That's the problem. And we got these people running all around in our country.
I mean, who does this shit? Deport? Absolutely deport. Yep. Pure, yeah, they out here playing Grand Theft Auto.
And you know what really sucks? Is that it's so ingrained that even if these guys got arrested for this, they would just be let out in fear of them being deported. Straight up. Like, the local police would just let these guys out. They'd get off with literally just a slap on the wrist. They would like charge them, but there would be nothing that comes of it.
These people, they think that nothing even gonna happen to them. They just hanging out doing whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know they don't give a fuck because they're recording it. They literally recording themselves committing a crime.
3 amigos? Yeah, apparently.
That's crazy.
Dude, look at this. Just literally taking pictures on the side of the highway with cars while you're an illegal alien in the country. These guys just don't even give a fuck. I almost respect...
It's highly illegal to have an automatic rifle as well. You cannot have an automatic anything in America, period. Everything has to be like burst. They even take away like certain stocks or certain handle grips that make it to where whenever it bounces back, it like pushes forward and like it's almost like it's automatic firing. They ban that shit too.
Like, it's like that the whole world is a private server. They're not even thinking about the rules. They don't even give a fuck about this shit. They just do whatever the hell they want.
How can you have a class? That's the crazy part. How could you have a class 3 license if you aren't even allowed to live in America legally? These guys are, all 3 of them are illegals. How do you even get an ID?
That's it. Oh my God. And then
but I guarantee you what happened is someone sold him that gun. He probably got it through like some form of illegal means, or someone that he knew sold it to him that is an American and was just trying to get the gun off of him or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Just sitting around.
Why the fuck would you want an animal like this driving around shooting AR rounds off in a fucking... Like, why would you want this kind of person in your country?
Driving around, shooting... This is nuts. Who does this? Oh my God. Oh, wait.
Oh, there it is. Gotcha, bitch.
Fun's over. Y'all had a good time, huh? How about that? The ICE agent who went viral for telling a screeching leftist that he loves his job and he would do it for free rolled up on a quad like John Wick staging a takedown of 2 illegals in the snow? A local saw him pursuing illegals and then lent the agent his 4-wheeler to chase.
It doesn't matter what they're celebrating. You can't fire, like, you cannot fire a gun in city limits, period, unless it's for self-defense. You can't shoot it up in the air. That's highly illegal. You can't fucking own an automatic. You can't fucking do that. You can't drive and shoot. Like, no. And you damn sure can't be an illegal doing it.
It was a lengthy chase which included traversing a frozen pond, but the lone dude, this has got to be the coolest job ever. Holy shit.
Illegals. That is crazy.
What the fuck?
Just a good old boy. Never meaning no harm.
Oh my god.
Damn, so he chased them all the way across a frozen pond through like some like wooded area just to catch these guys, and he got them. It's like Walker Texas Ranger all over again, bro.
Trouble with the law since the day they was born.
Oh
damn.
My god.
Get him.
Someday the mountains get them, but the law never will.
Man. This is what I voted for? Is that right? That's crazy.
And you got to get the roundhouse kick in. You know, you got to make that statement.
Just a good old boy.
The law didn't get him. Yep.
It wouldn't change if it could.
Odd. I mean, this is the closest thing that you can get to basically being a cowboy, right? I mean, like, really, like, this is some Wild West shit. It is. It's like, you know, the fucking, you know, the governor of the town puts out, you know, he's like, listen, we've got a big problem here. We need 3 new deputies. Oh my god. Wow.
Man, you know those guys have a ton of
anger
fun.
issues as a kid, didn't you? Were your parents present? You should be ashamed of yourself, man.
He is.
I love my job, thank you.
You love your job?
I can't believe I get paid for this.
Really?
I do this for free.
Really, I get $200K. I'm a physician assistant.
How long did you go to school for that?
Over 7 years.
I went to high school. I make $200K.
200K is damn good. That's a lot of money, boy.
Bro. We got him right there. It's 40K, not 200K? Yeah, I bet it is. And this guy, dude, this is insane. Like, imagine this is your fucking job. You're literally just driving around fucking, like, this is nuts. Rolled up on a quad like John Wick. A local saw him pursuing illegals, lent the agent his 4-wheeler to chase them down and make the apprehension. Traversing over a frozen pond. And this one individual, this one guy, captures 2 of them. Yeah, bro, imagine getting paid to go out and do this shit. That's nuts, man. Oh, here we go.
Uh-huh. It's kind of sad you got to put up barriers just to keep people on the sidewalk, huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead, go do it. He's asking for it.
He is.
He's asking for it.
Oh, there it is. Look at that. Whoo, look at that.
And he got it.
Man, it's a great day to be an American, isn't it?
He got it. Ooh, I love to see this. Wow. Yep. Stupid fucker. I know. You see his little pink gas mask over there, too. That was him. Man. Man.
Let's just say he played a stupid game and he won a stupid prize. Look at that.
And you can see also, by the way, that's the sheriff. That's the sheriff.
No, you can't say that because then they're going to say that what they're doing is illegal. They're apprehending legal Americans because he's white. You can't say that. You can't say that, man. Remember.
This isn't the federal government. This is the state police. This is all we needed. And you can see also, by the way.
Yeah, now they can go around and talk in people's chats about how their First and Second Amendment rights are being violated and all this other bullshit while they're little morons down there that are committing problems are getting arrested by the local PD. Damn. Must suck to be wrong, doesn't it?
Everybody. Is there anybody that's standing in the road here? No.
Well, if what they're doing is so legal, then why are the local police arresting them? It's so legal, right, though? You know, blocking off traffic, throwing shit at cars, throwing peaceful bricks at people. But it's, you know, clearly it's legal. If it's so fucking legal and you're so fucking right, then why is it that the sheriff, the state police, are arresting these people now? But it's legal, right?
Because they don't want to get arrested.
Man, it must suck taking them L's all the time, huh?
Yep. Local cops. Yep, this isn't ICE. Yep. Then they'll claim he was arresting a civil protester. Oh, I mean, they just make up whatever the fuck they need, right? They say
yeah.
The hell
they make up whatever they can to disenfranchise whatever you're doing.
I want to say ICE agents are dropping anvils on... Wait, what? I'm hearing that ICE agents are dropping anvils on illegals, flattening the illegals into accordion shapes.
Jesus fucking Christ. There's no way this is real, right? Surely this isn't some ridiculous... Like, that's how you know these people grew up watching Cocomelon. Shit. Jesus.
The illegals are then inflating themselves by sticking their thumbs into their mouths and blowing, only to be flattened by a second anvil. Just demented I remember watching this. I do. Yeah, I remember seeing this on Looney Tunes. That was a good time. President Trump's ICE buys a huge 400...
Damn, bro, they making money! 418,000 square foot Arizona warehouse to further facilitate mass deportations. Get fucked, losers.
18,000 square foot Arizona warehouse to further put... Wait. They just bought a giant warehouse to put all the illegals in?
Storing and shipping now belongs to ICE. And some suspect it could soon be...
So they just bought a really big box.
Yeah, we need to get our asses out there and get some of that ICE money, baby. Fuck. Bro, look at the size of that building. Look at how many AC units that motherfucker has. Holy shit. Bro. ICE ain't going nowhere. Holy crap. Damn. The size of this fucking building.
Wow.
Man, if that don't tell you everything you need to know about the fucking L side, the L's that the other side is taking, I don't know what does.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Be used to house...
Like I said, boys, y'all keep taking y'all's copium. Maybe one day it'll work.
This real estate deal just came together last week.
Joe Dana has details on one of the city's newest property owners.
Yes.
The purchase of this property shows that despite the legal blowback...
And they bought that bitch, too. They're not even leasing that motherfucker. That is permanent. The government owns that bitch now, specifically for ICE to use to deport illegals.
Against ICE for their tactics, the Trump administration does not seem to be slowing down.
No, it doesn't.
That's right. This is like the IRS building. Like, whenever
it's not slowing down because all the reasons why these fucking morons are out protesting, it's all a fucking lie. It's a sham. Everything that they've tried to protest for has either turned out to be fake or fucking stupid.
The IRS, we had a giant fucking building like this with no windows or anything like that.
This is no typical real estate deal, both for its price tag and its buyer. The Department of Homeland Security and ICE are listed on county records as buying this warehouse in Surprise last week for $70 million. It sits near Cactus and Dysart. The 418,000 square foot building amounts to the size of 7 football fields.
Damn, bro! Holy shit! That thing is way bigger than I thought it was. 7 football fields. Holy fuck!
Last year, NBC News reported ICE was looking to convert existing warehouses around the country to detention facilities. ICE has not responded for comment. The city of
I think I'm okay with my taxpayer dollars going to this, honestly. I don't mind that. I kind of like it. It looks nice.
They have not communicated with the feds about the purchase.
Wow.
If and when this is retrofitted to
just a mega box,
house hundreds, potentially thousands of people is not known. Democratic State Senator Annalise Ortiz sees this as an ominous sign.
We need to call this what it is. If they are going to house people there, it is a death camp. And I do
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Go to Iran and tell me what a fucking death camp looks like, you fucking lobotomite.
Why is it a death camp? I mean, so like, if you were gonna have people work there, like, would that be a death? Why does that make it a death camp? Like, see, like their ult, like she immediately comes out, pops her ult. She didn't even put any debuffs on you, right? She doesn't even try to manipulate your emotions. And really, it's just funny because like it's more a death camp. What's she thinking about? Oh my God, it's like the Holocaust. Oh my God, these people are so one note. It's embarrassing.
not say that lightly. I say that because there are people right now in the Florence and Eloy detention centers who are being denied medical care and they are dying.
Yeah. Federal government data shows 31 people died in ICE custody last year, up from 11 the year before. 12 News recently reported on alleged neglect of medical services and a drop in...
See, that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's the way it is.
Yeah, if you don't want it to happen to you, then stay out of America. Get your shit legally like everyone else has to do. Don't come here illegally.
You should have thought about that before you let all those fuckers come into the country.
That's right. I love how they try to blame the current administration, but it's like if they had never let all these people flood into the country the way they did, then this wouldn't be happening right now. These people have to get out, bro. Like, our entire systems are failing because of how much strain these people have put on everything. They have to get out.
See, you create an untenable situation, and then you get upset when there's collateral damage and there's problems. It's inevitable.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course this was going to happen. It's too bad.
And you can't even say that, oh, well, they're dying, and it's like, yeah, but a lot of them, whenever they make the trip from Mexico to, like, here, they have to go through, like, this thing called the Valley of Death, where they could risk dying any day. And they make the trek because they know that once they finish it, they'll be illegals in America. But if you stop them, then they're going to not go through the trek and risk dying to the elements. Duh.
You should have thought about that. If you didn't want people to clean up the mess, then maybe you shouldn't have made it.
Exactly.
It's always the guilt-tripping, emotional manipulation. Bro.
Yeah, and they can self-deport. They can self-deport, and they get $1,000, and they get a voucher that makes it easier for them to be brought into the country. So you can't even blame the administration. They are offering for you to self-deport. They are paying people to self-deport. They have had more self-deports than actual pushes out of the country when it comes to these illegals.
Should have thought about that at the beginning.
Required audits. A spokesperson for Homeland Security said in September all detainees are provided with proper meals, medical treatment, and have opportunities to communicate with lawyers and their family members. Ortiz also worries about what this building represents.
We know they're expanding their scope and they are going after people who have a lawful
residence. You know why? Because it's a giga W from the Trump administration. They should put up a massive fucking billboard. They should put up a couple billboards that say, our ICE facility is here. It's not going anywhere. Get out. Get out. Get out.
In the middle of it, they should put a giant black metal obelisk like Sauron's eye, and then build it really high. So and then in the top of it, make it that fucking, what is it called? The the Las Vegas that ball. Put one of those up there.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to be able to just go to the ER or the urgent? No, the ER is the urgent care, and not have to wait in line by 50 other people who are illegals. To be able to be brought to a hospital from the ambulance and not have to wait in the back for a room to clear. Wouldn't that just be nice? Because these people don't have insurance. Where do you think they're all going? If they get fucked up, then they're going to the ER. Duh. Because they have to be seen.
and then have it go through the mugshots of all the people that are inside of like what crimes they committed. It would be like a big sphere, right? And so everybody driving by gets to see, oh, it's Eric the child molester in the box. That's good. That's good. I'm glad. Yep. That's good. We'll keep him there. Yeah, the Palantir. Exactly. Yeah, have it sponsored by, have Palantir build it. I like this. What do you guys think?
Have like a billboard, like a bunch of billboards pop up across the country that show ICE agents like doing their job and have like the join now finger pointed at you. You can be a part of this. And then it shows like, I don't know, Hekwanda. Hekwanda was like, you know, they raped and killed like 6 kids or some shit. And then like that, they showed like the mugshot of them being arrested with the officer, like with their back turned. And it's like, you can be this, you can do this. Come and join and be and help your country and be a part of history. Bro, they would probably get so many people joining up on that shit.
I like the idea. I checked it. The number is 11 out of 113,000. That seems like a pretty good ratio, honestly. That's pretty damn good. 1 out of 10,000? A little bit less than that? Yeah.
It's here, like DACA recipients. And Arizonans and the vast majority of Americans do not agree with these mass deportations.
Well, it's too bad. Should have voted on it. Yeah,
Thank you! If you don't like something and you're mad about it, that doesn't give you the right to go and burn down cities. Rally your people together, get as many people as you can at the voting polls. Duh. But anytime you want to sit here and burn shit down, you're going to make people think twice about voting for you. You're not helping your cause, you're hurting it.
Voted.
This week, U.S. Border Chief Tom Homan said he's working with leaders in Minnesota to scale back tactics there. But Homan also blamed resistance by protesters.
Well, the drawdown is going to happen based on these agreements. But the drawdown can happen even more if the hateful rhetoric and the impediment and interference will stop.
Minnesota's chief judge says ICE has violated more than 100 court.
Based, by the way. Totally based. Like this guy's standing behind their car.
Yeah.
He's standing right in front of
He's standing right in front of the car, and an ICE agent gets out and pushes you the fuck out of the way. Well, maybe you should just be thankful you didn't get run the fuck over, because in Florida, that's what would have happened to you. In Florida, they'd have run your ass clean over.
Their car. You should be lucky. Honestly, the only thing I don't like about this is that he didn't get arrested.
Yeah, I think that's what should... anytime you have to physically move somebody out of the fucking way, they should just arrest you, put you in jail. Straight up. Impeding in a federal investigation done.
See, he should have... After you pushed him on the ground, you should have arrested him. You rolled his ass over and arrested him.
Yep.
People act like fucking children.
Mm-hmm.
We can't live in a civilized society. People act like this. It's crazy.
Exactly. The fact that they even cater to this fucking retardation is beyond me. I can't.
He got lucky. Yeah, he got lucky.
He got so lucky.
Judge says ICE has violated more than 100 court orders this month alone. The head of ICE is scheduled to appear.
Man, people are getting fucking tired of these fucking idiots, man. I mean, how many times, like, could you push someone's buttons and have to, like, you go out there every day and you got these morons running around, recording you, yelling at you, blowing whistles at you, fucking stepping in the way of your car. You got to spend like an extra 30 minutes. Like, just an operation that should take like 30 minutes is taking up in upwards of 3 hours just because these people don't want to fucking get the fuck out of the road and fuck off and let these guys do. Like, ICE would have been done with this fucking state by now. They're not going anywhere. All you're doing is slowing their momentum. That's it. That's all you're doing.
How the Trump administration responds to the judicial system may determine what role this new asset of the federal government plays in the future. Joe Dana, 12 News.
Yep, there it is. No, I'm glad to see this. I really am. I mean, this is amazing. Pleading with ICE protesters to get back out on the streets.
This is Council President Elliott Payne.
This is State Senator Doran Clark.
We are here on Central Avenue with another daily report. We saw Homan is in town. He's doing press conferences talking about how they're de-escalating, but that's not what we're feeling on the ground. We already saw one person taken from Central Avenue. Northeast Middle had to delay release of students because ICE was present in the neighborhood. So we still need...
Man, let me tell you something. If you think for a motherfucking second, if I was at a school and they was going to hold me in school because they're scared of some bullshit, like, I straight up would... I have done this before. I will walk out of class. I remember whenever I would... Like, my mom would always be... She would always fucking laugh at me. she would always fucking laugh at me because I would raise my hand and be like, I got to use the bathroom. And then he's like, well, you've already went to the bathroom too many times. You know what I did? I got up and I walked out. And then I get called down to the office and they like, why'd you do it? And I was like, because I had to use the bathroom. And then they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, they told me I couldn't go because I had used the bathroom too many times. The medicine I take makes me have to use the bathroom. We're going to call your mom. My mom gets down there. My mom immediately looks at me and says, is it because of the meds? And I was like, she's like, get up out, go on, wait outside. Go on, wait outside. And the screams that came out of that office, dude, they stopped fucking with me so quick. If you think for a minute that shit would keep me, man, fuck no, that shit wouldn't hold nobody. It holds you here because there's ice in the neighborhood. No one give a fuck about that. Shit.
Out here patrolling, keeping eyes on ice.
You keeping them kids in there because you know the minute you let them out, them parents are going to go up and try to get their kids and they're going to get deported. That's why you doing that, for your own fucking agenda.
Making sure that we're keeping each other safe.
So what he's saying is that the de-escalation is working, and because there's less people out there causing problems, that now they have to go and make videos to get more people out there, so they're not able to de-escalate. That's cute.
And that's what folks are doing. They are keeping each other safe. We are all keeping each other safe. Neighbors are stepping up, taking care of neighbors. And two other things that we need to take care of. It's end of the month, which means restaurants are going to
Yeah, that's right, guys. We got a bunch of old, rich, white people living in all these gated communities that are trying to take care of each other, man. Obviously. They're trying to take care of each other. They're trying to make sure that their indentured servants don't get deported because they like having all that money. All that extra money that they're getting, they're helping their neighbors, man. Obviously.
In their rent, as are, well, folks who need to pay.
You want to help these illegals out? You really want to help these illegals out? Stop getting in the fucking street. Start rallying together the Democrats so that way the next term they can put people in power that will help out these illegals. And instead of using all your fucking money mass printing these fucking signs, why don't you use that money to put these people in houses that are not in the state? You could rent these people cars. Hell, you could even probably open up your own house. I'd imagine a lot of these people got these big-ass mansions that live in these nice, big, gated communities with, like, 9 bedrooms and a fucking wall, and, like, the house is, like, walled off from the other houses. But no, we're going to stand out in the middle of the street and risk getting shot with a fucking rubber bullet. The fuck? What is this mentality? Bro.
As well.
Yeah.
Edison put out a call today for more donations because, well, Edison Activity Fund needs more funds to help support families who've got to pay the rent. So if you can, please donate to the Edison Activity Council.
We're going to get through this together. Stay safe. Stay vigilant.
Man. So they got to go and gas people up so they can go out and be violent and cause a bunch of problems, man. And
that's right. Really, they got to sit there and gas everybody up. And I love how people are like trying to bitch and complain about the fucking Epstein file. I want to get rid of the PD. I want to get rid of the pedophile president. I didn't see any of y'all bitching about it the past 4 years. What happened then? What happened with Biden? Y'all bringing it up now because y'all think y'all got some legs to stand on. That shit getting sweeped out. All the files are being released, man. Y'all didn't give a shit the past 4 years. Why do y'all care now?
Have them arrest these state leaders? I think they should, really.
Because y'all ain't got a leg to stand on. Y'all running out of things to bitch about because everything's either coming out to be fake or false.
Encouraging people to impede ICE.
Why weren't y'all advocating for that release whenever it was Biden in office? I didn't see y'all suing that shit then. I mean, the Epstein files needed to be released for sure. But like, y'all only pushing for that because everything else y'all had is falling apart. It's all falling apart.
Definitely should. And it's a BLM scam all over again? Sure feels like it, huh? Absolutely. And now they're calling people to riot, but also donate money to save businesses. Well, they just want to cause as much problems as they possibly can, man. Oh, I saw.
Yeah, they could donate to businesses. All these Somali businesses that are going out of business now in Minneapolis because all the fraud got caught. They could keep these businesses afloat if they made funds for them and donated to these businesses. Straight up. Keep them afloat just a little bit longer.
Listen to this. Listen to this guy.
Why do you think there's this mass immigration?
So that's a great question. So it's covered partly in Parasitic Mind, my earlier book, and in my next book, which I call Suicidal Empathy, right? So empathy
there it is
a emotion that has evolved for very clear evolutionary reasons. So just like any of our other emotions, for example, envy, there are evolutionary reasons why we've evolved the emotion of envy, right? It can compel us forward. I see that Joe's doing well, keeping up with the Joneses, maybe it'll get me off my fat ass so I can work harder. So there are very clear evolutionary reasons why empathy exists. But the problem is when empathy misfires, it either becomes hyperactive or it misfires in directing the empathy.
He's talking about Karens.
To the wrong person. So, for example, illegal immigrants more important than American vets.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I can show you many public policies where you have these insane policies, all of which are due to suicidal empathy. So to answer your question, I think that the Western mind is we are kind, tolerant, compassionate, empathetic people. There are people out there, they're Guatemalan, they're Honduran, they're Yemeni, who don't have it as well as we do. Wouldn't it be nice if we open up our doors? So the reflex is a noble one. It's a nice one, but it exists in
you. Can't let people make decisions that think like that because they have the mind of a child. This is what a kid thinks.
And the reason why is because they are blind to their own empathy to the point where you've got people like Somalians moving into Minneapolis and stealing money from the federal government and funding terrorism. You can't let these people vouch for you because they're stupid. They're actually stupid.
It's like, well, let's let everybody have ice cream all the time.
Unicornia. The real world doesn't operate that way.
They think like kids.
If you let in people that have a huge hatred of homosexuality, are you going to have an increase in homophobia in your country or a decrease, right? So,
I wonder. It's a mystery.
So I think that's the answer. The answer is misdirected empathy across the West.
Is it really that simple? Because it seems like it's happened.
So this is my opinion, is that I think he's right, but I think that it's not actually empathy at all. I think that these people just think that it's empathy because all it is really is message signaling.
It is.
And I think that really...
Well, like, what better way to get a bunch of people riled up than to use signaling and, like, this virtue signaling, like, garbage, this rubbish, to rally up a bunch of emotionally charged, I'm going to use the same word he did, Karens, women that are... I mean, if you look at the protests, there's a lot of fucking women in the protests, a lot of white women that are all gassed up because they're emotional. They're all emotional. They don't know how to handle their emotions.
That's the reason why I think a lot of the people that are doing this are, basically the same groups of people. The reason why they're doing it to signal that they're part of the in-group. It is basically social signaling, and it's self-centered altruism, exactly. So they're
we live in a day and age where the security in the sense of safety is so strong that these people, they go out and they think that they can change the world by letting these people into our country when really all they've done is move into Minneapolis, like I said before, and skim money from the American government because the politicians around them allow it. They're not going to get arrested because they're illegals, so they're just going to get let go, so they don't even bother trying to regulate them. And then they end up loading $200,000-$300,000 every 2 weeks. $2-3 million every 2 weeks into the Minneapolis airports or St. Cloud airports and then shipping that shit over to Somalia. So, of course,
doing this so they can appear to be virtuous. Now, these people would never actually, because suicide...
And if you really want virtuous, what about what's going on in Iran? I don't see any of these fucking lobotomites down there, like, advocating for Iran's... They're literally going through a genocide right now, being mowed over by their own government to try and keep them quiet, and you guys don't ever want to talk about that. Just like it's all the same shit. It's like, oh well, what about this? And it's like, well, you guys didn't seem to care during this. Like you don't care. You don't care about this at all. You're just virtue signaling. You're trying to do whatever, or you're being paid to feel this way. Straight up. Something along the way has become very awry and very obvious. And it's becoming more and more obvious the more that the people in political power keep fucking up and using AI images. It is.
Empathy implies that you are basically taking on something that will put you in danger. These people would never accept this person into their own home. They would never want them living near them. They only are okay with this whenever it's not happening to them and it's out of sight. So the only time that they're good with it is whenever they don't have to deal with it. Now, I mean, if that's not the most revealing thing, I don't know what else is. So,
I have a better question for you. If you're being stopped by ICE and you think it's a racial reason, then why are you down in my comments and not a millionaire right now? Because if that's truly what happened, why wouldn't you immediately pull up your phone and record and then sue the federal government? Oh, I know why, because it didn't happen.
That's more complex. They
You're taking your copium, bud.
Empathy. Well, they say the thing that they are supposed to say. That's all there is to it. Like, I see this all the time where, like, people show these, like, really, really nice towns, and it's, like, a bunch of, white people walking around, and, it's like somebody says, oh, this is America, and then somebody else says, well, yeah, this area voted for, Kamala Harris, 80% or something like that. This is what people like that in those areas do, because they never have to suffer the consequences for voting that way. Like, if the illegal aliens they were voting to allow into the country were being put into their community, I think that they would have a very different outlook on the way they approach these things.
They're absolutely deluded.
They never suffer any consequences for this ideology. That's the reason why they push it.
Mm-hmm.
It's because nothing ever happens to them.
And so rapidly that it seems like a plan. Like a plan to create more chaos.
Why don't you think it's genuine for most people? Because they don't actually partake in it in their personal everyday lives. So they have no problem going out there and I think Martha's Vineyard, whenever they brought over all the illegals to Martha's Vineyard, I think that was a very revealing period, right? Because it showed that all of these people who were talking about how much they liked illegal aliens and everything, they got overwhelmed with them, and then they wanted them to leave. Same with New York. So that's the reason why. It's because they never are faced with the accountability of their decisions.
Exactly. They're writing checks that other people have to cash. We have to move on to this because I want to cover a little bit of the Epstein stuff. Here we go. This is Epstein talking about the housing crisis that happened in 2008.
Wait.
Walk me through the whole thing. It starts with a dinner. Just walk me through it.
It was boring.
You couldn't possibly think it was boring. It's bullshit.
It was boring.
You had to be stars in your eyes.
No. I don't know about you, but I've never heard Epstein talk before. This was released in the new Epstein files.
Did you fly over privately?
Yes, but it wasn't my plane.
So it didn't count?
No.
Jesus. You fly over.
Yes.
And it was who were the first, like when you first met those leaders, you had to be wowed.
No.
You're 10 years out of Coney Island.
No, I'm not wowed by people of position.
Count.
I'm wowed by people of great ideas. And I don't care if it's the bus driver. I don't care if it's the student I had who has teeth coming out.
Well, these guys have to have great ideas. They're the leaders of the three great continents of the world: North America, Europe, and Japan.
No, many of these world leaders become world leaders because they're popular and they were able to get votes, or they were able to convince people to vote for them. Mm-hmm. I learned later. Many of them were just good at what they did in terms of politics. Remember, world leaders are politicians in general. They're not scientists, they're not intellectuals, they're not great thinkers, they're great politicians.
At the first Trilateral Commission meeting that you remember,
he's right.
Tokyo,
yeah, he is.
Sometime in the early 90s. Do you remember what were the big issues of the day that they were talking about?
Yeah, in fact, it was funny because they were talking about inflation. Mm-hmm. And they were worried that what would happen, how do you control inflation?
Right, motion, influence, control.
As a mathematician,
popularity.
I didn't understand the concept. I don't understand the concept today. How's that possible? Well, when you talk about most things to do with money, money is meant to be local. It's U.S. dollars. Then I understand what it means.
We're going to go to
if
40
inflation
with,
means my
Clinton.
dollar today, I was pretty clear it was Bill Clinton.
Okay.
And why was it Bill Clinton? Because Bill Clinton wanted to get votes from those people. And he sold them the idea that instead of renting in a house, and historically the values of houses have gone up, and he said, you guys in these local communities who haven't been able to afford a house before, I'm going to show you a way. I'm going to give you a way because I'm sure I'll get your vote.
Oh my!
That you can own a house.
Bro.
Because I want your vote. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let you buy a house, Mr. Bannon, when you really, you're right on the border, maybe, or not even on the border. Your credit is not good.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's be honest. And it's not my fault. It's
5
not
minutes, how he was
Bill
recruited?
Clinton's
Okay,
fault.
all right, after
but
this.
Whatever happens, at the moment your credit score or whatever it is, your credit's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, normally, you come to me and want to borrow money. I'm a bank. And I say, I'm sorry, Mr. Bannon, I can't lend you money because your credit score is not up to where it needs to be. Hopefully, if you work harder and clean up some of your problems, it will be. But no, what I say to you is, I'm going to figure out a way to lend you, not give you.
He's right about this. He's talking about subprime mortgage loans.
Yep. He's talking about the housing crisis.
Like, yeah, I mean, this is it. Holy shit.
I'm going to lend you money anyway, though you don't have a good credit score. And don't worry, I'm going to get rid of the term that you don't have bad credit. Bad credit sounds pejorative. You don't want to be a person.
Sounds judgmental.
Yes, sounds judgmental.
Of course.
So what we're going to do is we're going to call your credit situation subprime. Oh, nobody knows what that means.
There it is.
Subprime. That means prime is good credit. Subprime.
Think about this and apply it to inflation. Well, nobody knows what inflation is. Where does inflation come from? I mean, you can come up with some math equation for it. But whenever you own a monopoly in a market, inflation comes because you want it to come. Because you're the holder of the entire monopoly, of course. Oh yeah, there's inflation. Really? From what? You're sussing out all of your products for cheaper. Where is this inflation coming from? I don't know. You're going to pay for it anyway, aren't you?
Is not good credit. Less than good credit. So we'll call it something that people really won't follow. And we'll tell you what. We're going to have people lend you money, though you are a subprime borrower.
Well, first off, you fucking moron, it's not supply chain demand whenever you're sussing out to make all your products from foreign countries because it's cheaper, you fucking jackass. Enjoy your fucking permaban, you fucking useless piece of retarded dog shit. See you, fucktard. Jesus. I literally just explained that, but since you don't know how to fucking listen, you can find someone else to watch.
Smart.
Bye-bye.
And I will figure out some government agencies to guarantee your loan. Though I don't think you're a good risk. So the banks say, no. We don't want, initially, the bank said, sorry, this is too risky, Mr. President, for us. We're in the business of managing risk. It's not our money. It's the hard-working people's money sitting in our bank.
Right.
We can't lend to people whose credit is not prime. You're asking us to lend to people who are subprime. And he says, here's the key, if you don't, Mr. Bannon, I'm going to make sure the Justice Department charges you with discriminatory lending. Because you refuse to lend to my subprimers. In business terms, you should never lend to. But what we'll do is I'm going to form an agency called Fannie Mae and Ginnie Mae, just another agency names. They'll guarantee your loan. So don't worry.
I feel so vindicated right now. This is crazy.
And let me be completely clear with everyone. It has never been a war between black and white. It's never been a war between religious people. For as long as I could even think, or anything we've been told for the most part in any history book when it comes to the current American state of affairs, it's always the upper class versus the middle class versus the lower class. The upper class, for the most part, has won. They're keeping the lobotomites, fucktards, and rejects fighting each other over race, gender, and just straight up jealousy for the lower class getting benefits. The middle class is jealous of the lower class, even though the gap between the upper class and the middle class is so fucking far now that there pretty much is no middle class. There is a upper and lower class, and if you're the lower class, you're working until the day you die, unless you just so happen to get rich and invest in something like Bitcoin or something that takes the fuck off, or you get lucky in your field and you were able to get a house prior to the inflation rates. The tax percentage rates that now are keeping people from owning houses. There is no middle class anymore. You either have enough money to afford everything you need or you don't. And that's what's sick about this whole thing. It was never about race. It was never about illegals. It was never about... It's all spun in a way to keep the richest people in the world at the benefit of one of the most beneficial countries in the world to be rich in. You don't have to worry about a war dog coming and taking all your shit out of your house after they kill you and literally live in your house. That's what it's all about. Of course, the rich people love this country. Of course, they want to keep people at each other's throats in this country because it keeps them at each other's. It keeps the people up top where they're at, and it keeps the people down below looking at each other and killing each other. Duh. If you own enough money, why wouldn't you spin off the media? Duh. Like, why wouldn't you? Oh yeah, you don't want illegals, man. You want another class. You want another warfare. It's never been about, like, when you look at Metacritic and see how much they spent on advertising last year, they spent $500 million on advertising last year alone. $500 million. You realize that is enough money to give everybody in the United States of America $1 million and they'd still have money left over? It's an insane amount of money.
Holy fuck.
Don't worry, you don't have to pay it back anymore. Even though maybe you don't even have to work as hard anymore.
Why would you spend $500,000? $500 million, I'm so sorry. $500 million in advertising. When have you ever, think about this to yourself, when have you ever seen an ad now and you click on the product being sold? When was the last time you done that? Think about it. I've never done that. I fucking hate ads. Anytime I get an ad, I immediately stop watching whatever I'm watching. Straight up. How many people do you really think this caters to? Not as many as the companies want you to believe. So what else could they possibly be spending that money on?
That's probably a harsh statement, but these players, these two big
Can you summarize
firms,
this? Yeah, basically what he's doing is he's saying that Bill Clinton and the people that were in charge made a system where basically you would give money to people who you shouldn't give money to, but if you don't give money to those people, because there's a correlation with ethnic different groups, like for example black people or Hispanics, that then they can create a punishment for basically saying that, oh, well, because you're not giving money to these different large groups of ethnic minorities, that now it's because you're being discriminatory rather than the fact that you're just exercising discretion based off of like basically investment tables.
Yep.
So, and then also it's by keeping those people, like, remember what I said before about how it's like keeping them on the clock, right? Always making sure that those people aren't able to ever, like kind of like get outside of the money that they're continually having to pay.
And you know what's really sad is the whole point of the subprime loans was to make people pay into a system, right? Continuously. What other thing in America, think about this, what other thing in America currently does the exact same fucking thing with one catch? If you file for fucking bankruptcy, it never goes away. Federal student loans. It's the same fucking thing.
Fannie Mae will guarantee
to make
the
them
fact
reliant
that
on
bank
the system and continually
will
fucking
receive
vote
its money.
for the same people.
Now, the bank says, wow, Best deal in history.
And he's also linking this to people giving politicians their votes because you're doing something that advocates for them, right? But it never did. It never was a full advocation for them. Just like what, for example, if Biden actually ran on opening up the borders and letting a bunch of people in. I don't know if he ran on that. I do know that's what he did. And using all those people that flood the country as your voters. That's exactly what's going on in Minneapolis. They flooded Minneapolis with Somalians, and they use those Somalians to keep them on welfare. The government pays them, and the votes go to the people that they want it to go to. It's like the same thing, but on a smaller scale.
I refused to lend to Mr. Bannon, but now he has the big brother, his Uncle Sam. He went to his Uncle Sam, and Uncle Sam says, I'm guaranteeing it. The bank says, I want everybody. Give me as many people as you can give me. Because Uncle Sam is the best credit in the world. Not only that's the United States government. We'll take it all. We'll take as much subprime as we can handle. Because it's the best investment for the moment. It's a strange investment because it has politics.
The YouTube videos no longer up anymore?
Inserted its way into the
What's
numbers.
sad is that comment is so
Politics
fucking
doesn't belong
dumb, really,
in the market.
you are still looking
But now we're
at
going
this.
to have, I want the votes, we'll make guarantees.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
you who
How
come to the
could you
House
be
will
looking at this and saying it's a left or right issue? The whole goddamn system is stacked against poor people to keep them poor. They're talking about raising the age that you can file for retirement from 65 to 70 or 75. You just want to work until the day you die, huh? Of course, people that are advocating for that probably don't have to work anyway, right?
We'll be able to get a house from the bank. The banks is...
They're too busy importing all these illegals to make them indentured servants to threaten that they're going to get sent back to their own country, making pennies on the dollar, right?
This is the best deal in history. We will package 100, 300, 1,000 of you subprimers, and we'll sell it off to somebody else. And the whole system becomes mired in subprime mortgages. That's becomes the
What do
issue.
you mean mired? There's just too much supply. It's a supply-demand problem. You get too much supply.
No, it's a very good question.
Subprimer's like a slur?
What does too much supply mean? Well, then you get the people, go back to your first question to me.
The financial crisis.
Government leaders. Government leaders know if they're good, and they can do mathematics, they can balance their checkbooks. So certain people in Congress said, well, how do you value these subprime mortgages? The banks say we've been valuing them the same way we've always valued them for the past 20 years. The accounting...
This is like listening to a dev explain how they designed the game. You know, like, it's like listening to, it's like a dev interview.
Firms, there's something in this country called GAAP accounting, which is a standard type of
This man knew a whole lot about everything. Why do you think they locked him in a cell? This man had people from all over the country under his thumb. This man knew a lot. He was the main character of the world. He was a sick son of a bitch. But I hate to say it, he was the main character. He had everything. If you go through the Epstein files and you listen to some of these audio tapes, the man was in everything. Everything. Until he died. Even when he was in jail, he was able to make phone calls and make decisions across the fucking globe. He even said that in interviews. He's like, my job never stopped.
Generally accepted accounting principles.
And we account for them the same way we've always accounted for them. If we paid $1,000 for your mortgage last night,
yes,
when we put it on our books today, we're going to say its value is $1,000.
Right.
So it makes sense. I paid for it. What's its value?
Like Blizzard, yeah.
It's $1,000. That's what I paid for it last night. No. The Congress people said, that's not really a good answer, you know. That doesn't give us confidence that you know what you're doing. Because
I don't believe he did either, because they still haven't released the full video. Ain't no victims in there other than himself, and he was a convicted, he's a convicted lot of things, let's be honest here.
If you have to sell it tomorrow morning.
This is explained in the movie The Big
Something's happened and you have to sell it. Remember there's kinds of stress tests? Would you be able to value it?
I would not be surprised if Epstein was alive. I would not for a second be surprised. I would be shocked, but I would not be surprised.
At what you paid for it the day before. And Wall Street says, that's not the way you can think about this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
We always value things at the cost from the day before.
I can't wait. I'm listening to an accounting
and
lecture
they
from
changed
this dude.
the accounting
When the
method,
dev speaks, you listen.
in essence, to say not what it was
That's
worth
crazy.
yesterday, but if I have to sell, what would it be worth?
Yeah.
That's impossible. So what happens is every bank now has to value something they bought yesterday at lower than they paid.
Architect, yeah.
Never before in 20 years did they have to do this. So something they bought at 1,000 on their books was 1,000.
I wouldn't say that he's alive, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's alive. I wouldn't. You really think that if the United States government knew where this dude's fingertips went into whenever it comes to like big money across the world, like this dude had the most wealthy, influential people from all over the globe on his island. I don't know, man.
I'm going to be honest. The more I watch this, the more I'm not sure if he's dead.
Exactly.
990.
Yeah.
That starts to... You asked the question about what did I start to think about.
I don't know.
Bro probably living off somewhere in like an island, calling himself like Ray, doing whatever the fuck he wants, and we'd never know about it.
Something's 1,000 and 990. This person now has to value it at 980.
When did you first start to get nervous, understanding Bill Clinton in all this? Did you change glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
I changed shirt.
I saw that black.
It's a weird guy, bro. He changed his shirt in the middle of the interview.
Are you okay with the... Yeah, great. I think we're going to have all kinds of changes.
I'm experimenting. Yeah.
Okay. When did you get a feeling? Did you ever anticipate, before it happened, something like 2008 could happen?
No.
He body swapped?
How could that be?
We'll watch some more Epstein stuff tomorrow, but I got to start winding down for the stream. Also, Bill Gates is involved in this. We don't usually get all the weekend stuff done in one day, so unfortunately, we'll have to push a lot of this Epstein off tomorrow. So these 3 tabs right here will probably be what we cover tomorrow, starting out fresh. Once we get done with the gaming stuff in the morning, but we go move on to this, and then we go roll up out of here for the day. So if you're still in Chitty Chat and you feel sore about what's going on with the government and everything, well, that's just too goddamn bad. We're not talking about that anymore. We're going to stay on track. So check out Midwest Safety. Hell yeah, Midwest Safety. Let's go Midwest Safety. I was a firefighter at one point, and I love it whenever I see firemen show up in these videos. Unfortunately, all the firefighter videos that I try to find on the internet are fucking heavily restricted. I don't know why there aren't more like firefighter channels, but I can't seem to find any. Join the Discord, drop links down to firefighter videos that I will try to react to on stream up until they like block the stream out.
Mexico were working a street racing enforcement detail when they spotted multiple vehicles traveling westbound at high speed. A red
it's another street racing incident.
Toyota Supra and a white BMW separated from the pack and accelerated side by side, matching the profile of the street
Actually, you know
racing
what?
incident.
Instead of this one, What we could watch is this cop ruin her life doing something I would assume is dumb. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this one.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
Listen, if y'all, like, I
Check out Midwest Safety. Hell yeah, Midwest Safety. Midwest Safety. That's for the video that I'm
want to come deal with this drunk. He's torn my whole house, my whole yard up. I'm not letting him in. It's my son. If y'all don't come take this dude, I'm going to put a bullet in him.
Okay.
He's a 300-pound bully.
First of all, please do not make...
I go live at 8 a.m. to about 11:30 p.m. 11:30 a.m. Sorry. Monday through Friday. I don't do weekends because I need to take time away and not lobotomize myself constantly with this content. A lot of politics, a lot of like trending news and shit, a lot of everything.
Get everything off my house.
What's going on?
Come get this drunk. He's tearing my whole house up. He's trying to knock my windows out. It's my son, but if he makes it through the door, I'm putting a bullet in him. So y'all come deal with him or I will.
Man, please don't make threats on a recorded line.
Damn, she's threatening. She's like, well, you better come get this little bastard or else I'm gonna take care of him.
83 and 191. Caller said her son is banging on the door, trying to get in, also banging on the window. Then saying if she gets through the door, she will put a bullet in him. Looks like she hung up and no answer on callback.
192, same mark.
As this officer begins heading to the address of the call, she's about to make the biggest mistake of her life.
Oh man, thanks. Stick around, man. We here. Unless it's like a holiday or something like that, we here, man. 100%. Most of the year, we here. Everything that I react to, I clip it out and I publish it later on in the day. So even if you miss the stream, most of the videos will end up being on later, and then you could always just retune into the stream as well. The stream always goes up on the channel, and everything that I do is all published for YouTube. So if you tuning in on YouTube, you in the right place. I do all the editing myself, so that's obvious. You see, it's you see, where I worked at, anytime you came to an intersection, because I had started learning how to drive the apparatus or the fire truck, even the ambulances that I worked with, they all stopped at intersections before they go over to prevent this. They call it SOPs, standard operating procedure, to stop at all intersections before proceeding forward, even in an emergency. And she was flying, bro. Holy shit! And that's the reason why. That's the fucking reason why right there. Just because you lay on the horn ain't gonna make his truck move out of the way, bro. She should have slowed down at that intersection. She didn't even try to slow down. Even when she saw that truck.
The dash cam footage frame by frame shows the officer approaching the red light, one car pulling out in the intersection, followed by the truck.
What did you think? Like,
officer strikes directly into the driver's side compartment. The body cam footage frame by frame shows the officer using the air horn.
Oh, well, welcome to the sub, man. Thanks for the sub.
As she collides with the truck, causing her to be thrown in the passenger seat, showing she clearly was not wearing a seatbelt. A speed analysis of the footage using the length of the dashed white lines on the road helps to give an idea of the approximate speed of the officer moments before impact.
Nah, it shouldn't even be if he dies. If you have a police department and you don't have procedures that tell you what you're supposed to do at an intersection and you're trying to respond to an emergency, number one, I don't feel like they should be held at fault. I feel like to an extent she should be. She should definitely be taking like leave or something for a little while and let the heat die down off of her. But it's the company's job, it's the place that she works to make sure that everyone is safe. Whenever you're like, that's why the places that I worked at, they had standard operating procedures against this that say when you're approaching an intersection, stop. Even the DMV, whenever I went to take my exams there, it's the same thing. Like, I think that she should be held accountable, but I don't think she should personally lose her job. But if they had procedures against this, they need to throw her in the deepest, darkest fucking hole. Because if you're going to sit here and do this, you need to go to jail. You need to go to jail forever. If you have procedures and you didn't take the time to open up your manual and look through your company's policies and figure out what you're supposed to be doing and not doing when you've got your lights flashing and you're trying to respond to an emergency, you need to go to jail, period. That's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to know what the procedures are for this. You know why? Because people fucking die if you don't. Oh no, she should absolutely be held at fault. She's absolutely at fault for this regardless. But if she failed the company's procedures, she needs to go to jail. If she didn't, and they implemented procedures because of this, I mean, that's kind of a gray area, I'm not gonna lie. Having been in, not this kind of situation, but having been told about these situations, I can see it from both points of view. But at the same time, common sense says that if you're gonna fly through an intersection, you should fucking stop. You should at least fucking slow down, so that way if you hit somebody, you're not gonna kill them. And that's just basic driving at that point. She doesn't even have a seatbelt. They need to throw this bitch in jail. They need to throw her in jail. She's not even in her seat. She's not even in her seat. She had to climb back into her seat. Oh, that's so sad. That seatbelt, not having your seatbelt on company property tells me everything I need to know about this person. This was gonna happen. It was just a matter of time. And it sucks so bad, bro. It sucks so bad. That's so fucked. That's fucked.
There's a cruiser-involved crash at Central and Vaughn.
Damn, she hit that damn truck so hard she lit it on fire, bro. Holy fuck, bro. God damn. I've only been to one car crash like this, where the car caught on fire. Because of this. Bro, that's the dude. Holy fuck. Look at the truck. Look at the fucking truck. Look at the side of the cab, bro. It's gone.
We're gonna need a medic.
Damn. Damn, she damn near cleaved that entire truck in half. Look at it. What the fuck was she thinking?
Your cruiser. Are you okay? You okay? It's okay. Go sit down. Let's have a sit down.
Yeah, she can't. What's crazy is she can't even touch anything now. If she touches anything, and he dies, they could blame it on her. She needs to get the fuck away. She needs to go sit over here at this booth right here. And she needs to go on and you can't even see the booth. She needs to go on over. There's like a little thing over here. She needs to go on and take her ass over here because over here. She needs to go over here, right here. That's where she needs to go. She needs to take her ass over there and sit down because if anything happens to this guy and she's involved, other than what she was already involved with, she could be blamed. It's just like whenever an officer shoots somebody, They cannot be involved. They can't be involved in anything that happens after that.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Damn, bro, he is... You see, this is why we shouldn't be defunding the police. We need to give the police more funding so that way they can all become EMTs. So that way if they respond to something like this, or if they shoot somebody, they can have their partner or whoever didn't shoot them or anybody else that's there do the medical automatically. They'll know what to do. They know what the rest position is. This is crazy. The fact that these police officers, a lot of them don't have medical training, it's kind of upsetting for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on, buddy.
And you got these fucking morons trying to defund them, and it's like, nah, dude, give them more money so that way they can go to college, become EMTs, and if something happens, they can like, they'll know exactly what to do. Give them even more money if they become paramedics.
You're okay. You're okay. Just keep breathing, dear.
It should have ended her career. Absolutely. Like, the minute I saw that she didn't even have a seatbelt and she was crawling her fucking sorry ass back from the back of that vehicle, nah, dude. At first, I was like, there might be some gray area here, but nah. She didn't slow down at the intersection. She didn't fucking have her seatbelt on. Nah. She was going way too fast, too. Most emergency vehicle training that you take, it says that you're supposed to go at a non-excessive speed. You're not supposed to go to an excessive speed. That's why you see a lot of police chase now. Not a lot of them are willing to go 108. They'll kind of like slow behind the vehicle for the most part, right? Don't, like, because anything could happen on the roadway, and this is the reason why you're not supposed to speed excessively to a scene right here. This is the reason why. And that's not even from the department she works at. That's from just the basic DMV training for emergency vehicles. 2 minutes.
Come on. Okay?
Bro.
Come on. Keep breathing. Okay? Are you okay?
Sit down. You okay? You okay? Breathe.
Come on.
Just breathe. Just breathe. Knees lay back. Lay back. Lay back. You're okay. Lay back. Lay back. You're okay.
Oh my God.
You're okay. Just breathe. Just breathe.
Relax. Take your vest off. Never breathe.
Damn, bro.
You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Dude, we got a thing that whenever I went to college, they called it, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And you can't have people going around making problems that are supposed to be part of the solution. Like that's the reason why a lot of fire departments and police departments have standard operating procedures with a lot of stuff. And that's the reason why the DMV enforces this so heavily whenever you're getting your emergency vehicles licensing. Because if you fuck up, whenever an emergency person fucks up, it's not a, oh, I fucked up, oh well. It's literally a matter of life and death. And that goes for all first responders too, not just police. Bro, look at that truck. Motherfucker, dude. Bro.
One block from southbound Central at the alley, and then at Eden, and...
Okay? Keep talking. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. You're okay.
Is he okay?
Yeah. Don't worry about him. You're okay. You're okay. Sorry about you.
Oh my God.
We got other officers over there.
What did she say?
He doesn't know who's going to
Sorry about you. Okay.
What did she say?
You're okay.
Listening?
One block from southbound Central at the alley.
Keep talking. Keep breathing. Keep.
Damn, dude, she hit that truck so hard she popped the gas tank out.
South Central at the alley.
Look at the fucking gas thing. She fucking popped that shit right off. Dude, that truck is holy shit, bro. God.
One block of southbound Central at the alley, and then at Hayden and.
Okay? Keep talking. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. You're okay.
Is he okay?
Yeah. Don't worry about him. You're okay. You're okay. Sorry about you.
My God.
We got other officers over there with him.
He doesn't want to lose control.
No, you're okay. Hey, don't worry about that right now. I need you to keep breathing. Don't worry about that.
Turn around. Go. Turn around. Turn around. Yeah, go.
Please let him be okay.
I mean, like, with how twisted that truck is, I don't know, man. I mean, shit, you saw the cab of that truck. I mean, would a seatbelt ideally keep you from getting thrown out of that? I mean, fuck, there's nothing left of the cab, man. There's nothing left. Shit, like, there's nothing left of that cab. It's just metal.
Yep.
Look at that fucking cab. Look at it, bro. Like, hell, even if he had a seatbelt, I don't think it would have mattered. I think he was goner the minute that she flew through that intersection the way she did.
Hey, stay with me. Stay with me.
That's just fucked. Man, that's fucked.
Stay with me. You're okay. All right?
Hell, I think if anything, him flying out of the driver's side window probably kept him alive a little bit longer, but I think he was dead on impact. I do. I think the minute that he hit her, that she hit him, he was dead.
Okay.
I don't think a seatbelt would have helped at all. If anything, a seatbelt would have made it to where he stayed in place and he would have probably gotten more fucked up.
Okay. Where are you hurting worse at?
Yeah, they gotta pay attention, bro. And I wouldn't even say that it's the guy's fault. She ran a red light going full speed. She didn't even attempt to slow down.
I can't really breathe. I mean, I'm talking, I know, but I'm just more worried about him.
Can you switch out? Do you want better gloves? I'm good. Okay. Do you want to switch out? In a second. All right. Just let me know.
Just so you guys know, this is a cruiser bomb traffic. You watch for pedestrian traffic or vehicle traffic on the south.
Bro.
This incident occurred on December 7th, 2025 in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, damn, that was recent. That was last month.
Police officer Caitlin Robinson was the responding officer involved in the crash. The driver of the white pickup truck, 30-year-old Corey Tinnis, was rushed
Bro, he was a year younger than me. Bro.
the hospital in critical condition following the collision. However, less than 30 minutes later, he was pronounced dead at the hospital.
Bro, W Police Department for fucking being on that shit, bro. W Police Department for keeping that man breathing. W Police Department. I love to see it. Fuck yeah, there is nothing that makes me more happy than whenever I see a police officer sitting there doing CPR, keeping somebody. Dude, that is, dude. W Police Department.
Officer Robinson was also transported to a hospital, received treatment, and was later released in stable condition.
Oh.
An analysis of the dashcam footage reveals the approximate maximum speed of the officer during her response. This speed calculation...
Bro. Why the fuck would you ever go that fast in a response? Nah, dude, I think that's actually like against the law in most emergency response vehicles. I'm fairly certain that's illegal. The max speed that I was told was 60. I'm so fucking sorry. No, that's right. 60. No, it's 60. It's 60 on most roadways, and you can go in upwards of 75. At least that's what it was for a fire truck. That's what I was told. And they said that you use that at your own discretion because if you get into an accident, you're at fault and you're going to be the one that faces the charges. Like, that's what they told me.
Shows the officer's estimate.
And then they're like, you know, you have your manual, read your manual, study your manual, know your manual.
Speed during her entire response.
And the manual is the Standard operating procedures, SOPs.
Speed calculation shown earlier is her estimated speed the moment she collided with the truck. The truck the victim was driving was an early 2000s Chevy Silverado. IIHS safety ratings show that its overall rating is marginal, meaning it's acceptable but not good. Furthermore, when looking at the specific ratings of the truck's structure and safety cage as well as driver movement during a crash, those categories were both given poor ratings by the IIHS. Not surprisingly, this resulted in the truck being destroyed, and early indicators suggest the driver was also not wearing his seatbelt, resulting in him being ejected from the vehicle. The obituary of the driver, who tragically lost his life, Corey, states he was a loving son, father, fiance, brother.
Damn! Motherfucker, man.
And uncle. If you would like to donate to Corey's GoFundMe page set up by his family, a link can be found in the description.
Yo, what the fuck? They got this. Yeah, here we go. Did that work? Yeah, it looks like that works. Yo, man, hit that GoFundMe up. Y'all got some extra dollars. Throw some dollars at him. Oh, fuck. I did that on the wrong computer. Hold on. There we go. That should be his GoFundMe. Y'all got some dollars. Go throw him some dollars, man. That sucks. That really sucks. I'll probably go put the link down in the description of the video, too. That fucking sucks. Oh, no, what happened?
What's the location of your emergency?
A risk and requires an increased level of caution.
Hold on.
A student wearing her AirPods, there's no reason to respond. Columbus, these cops will respond.
In the truck being destroyed, and early indicators suggest
we weren't done yet.
Also not wearing his seatbelt, resulting in him being ejected from the vehicle. The obituary of the driver, who tragically lost his life, Corey, states he was a loving son, father, fiance, brother, and uncle.
Defensive
if you would
driving.
like to donate to Corey's GoFundMe page set up by his family, a link can be found in the description below.
In Columbus, these cops were responding to an officer's shot, but they would never make the scene in order to help their partner. Instead, they would need their own emergency response. In Seattle, this officer was responding to a medical, but only chirped his siren, then responded lights only. He fatally struck a college student wearing her AirPods. There's no reason to respond lights only to a medical. Then in LA, this officer was responding lights and sirens and driving down the center lane when he fatally struck
bro!
Saved by driving in the middle lane was surely not worth it. All told, these are entirely avoidable incidents and deaths, and the fact that they are so avoidable makes the tragedy all the worse. In Columbus, Ohio, where this body cam footage originates, proper procedure when officers use emergency vehicle operations, or EVO, is described in the Columbus Police Division Directive. It states that going through red light intersections while using EVO poses a heightened level of risk and requires an increased level of caution. Therefore, sworn personnel shall slow down as necessary for the safety of traffic and shall proceed into these intersections at a speed which would allow sworn personnel and or other drivers and pedestrians a reasonable opportunity to avoid a traffic crash. Proper procedure among all United States police departments is this: if you cannot safely clear an intersection, you do not go, no matter how urgent the call is.
That's
you
right.
can follow policy and still be brave, but you can't ignore policy and call it courage, because the job is to arrive ready to help, not to become the next call over the radio.
Based. Yo, W Midwest Safe, bro. I love Midwest Safety. He does not miss. Never misses, bro. What is this? Something that I'll watch off stream, I guess. All right, we rolling, boys. We'll be back on tomorrow, bright and early, same time, same place. Stay safe out there. Don't let the crazies get to you. Make sure you get all your information lined up, so that way, whenever you say something in chat, it's not just the thread or some weird shit. Do your homework. God damn it. Stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole life or their whole day or their whole life. And I'll see you boys tomorrow. Peace. Thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. Love you all. No homo. Hold on. What the fuck is going on here? Move that over. 50. And yep. Peace. Have a good day.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip, and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and